93.7 The Ticket.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you'll never come.
Saturday, April 25th, Memorial Stadium.
Wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Kings of Leon and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com. Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped and picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Hour one of Old School is sponsored by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes, indeed. Welcome in. It is Old School on a fantastic Friday here in the 402. I'm Austin. He is Jay, and we're grateful that you have dialed up Old School. We'll be with you for the next 3 hours here on 93.7 Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you, as always, by Graham Tire Company. With 4 Lincoln locations, they're celebrating 75 years of serving the Midwest. More than just tires, they do everything from brakes to oil changes, car and light truck repairs, everything in between. Check them out, Graham Tire Company. 402-464-5685 if you want to be a part of the show. Jay Foreman, happy Friday.
It is a happy Friday, man. Even though it's a little chilly outside, it looks great outside. And so hopefully this is the start of something new, meaning consistent good weather here in Nebraska.
I would not bank on it. Seems like it's going to be
consistently inconsistent.
Yes, that is the Nebraska weather pattern, as we know and occasionally love. I'm okay with inconsistent sun, cloud, wind, rain, whatever, as long as the temperature is above like 40 degrees.
Yeah, I'm good
maybe
with
45. It can rain this weekend, fine. I can't be mad about that, but no more of that 30s crap. Let's get it down to 35 at night, and then I'm chilling. But anything sub 30 at night, I think we're mostly past.
Yeah.
But man, I just normal temperatures, please. It's supposed to be quarter zip season, light hoodie season. That's where it's supposed to be. We got to get there at some point.
Supposedly it is, but Nebraska weather. I mean, that was a couple of days ago. They were itching to get that winter stuff back out.
Man, Eric says, "My man Jay, I'll come into work when I want Foreman."
Dang, I mean, Eric,
off the rip.
Eric, hey, one thing about Eric, he give everybody the business. He give Farley the business, and I think he does a couple of different people in the morning.
Who wins a game to 21, me or Farley? I'm offended it's taking this long.
Probably you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Who wins a game of horse, me or Farley?
Oh, I know you can shoot.
Yeah.
Farley might though try to take you and get Debo you though.
I'm wiry strong.
All right.
I will also tell you 3 is more than 2, and 2 is more than 1.
But he gonna be in your grill though. He gonna be up on you trying to play D. The problem is he can't score. That's the problem. He's self-checked.
He claims he's got a jumper. I don't believe it.
He used to have a jumper.
Okay.
Midi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All old school guys got mid-range.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to keep the mid range alive forever.
Star shots.
Yep. We're going to hit you with the mid range.
Indeed. Masters update. How about Rory, Jay?
Hey, man, woke up with, what do you, like, was it Trey Palmer said I woke up feeling dangerous? You're feeling dangerous.
Pissed off.
Yeah, or woke up pissed off. Feeling dangerous.
Good for Rory.
Yeah.
Nebraska men's basketball adds another dangerous weapon. We talked about it when it broke last night, but now we've had some time to sit on it and think on it. Sam Orm. It is indeed Orm. It is not Ormy or Orma or anything to that extent. Sam Orm in the fold for Nebraska, 6'9", 220. Again, Jay, I think that guy that averaged 13 points a game at the mid-major level is something that we've seen at Nebraska before. Elite three-point shooter, hovering around 40% for his career on relatively high volume. If this is the first pickup for Nebraska, I think that's a really good sign for where things should be headed.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, even with like Price was the first one last year, one of the first ones. It sets the standard, sets the precedent, and so they did it again. And obviously, you have two guys that have the same skill set. Both kind of like look like each other. I mean, literally. And so you can really spread the court and do some things. And if you're banking on the improvement of Frager off the bounce and with his handles, and obviously create easier opportunities for him, or open looks or open opportunities for him to expand his game. And then you start to get another big guy in, or if it's Leo or in a combination of guys, and especially if you get maybe a two-way guard, and a combo guard that can really, handle the ball. And then you're really maybe thinking about, okay, we've not only, added some talent, but then obviously we might be a little bit more talented than last year. And then obviously the hardest thing was get everybody to gel.
It's always the hardest part is to get everybody to gel. But this seems like a guy in Sam Orm that should fit pretty well into what Nebraska wants to do.
Yeah.
Because of a few reasons. Number one, first and foremost, is even if, the granular details, the terminology, all that stuff aren't the exact same, Jay, he comes from a system that likes to play with pace in the half court. Maybe not, again, super fast in terms of average possession length. They go fast. They get their shots up, but they're not necessarily breakneck pace. But it's player movement. It's back cuts. It's sharing the ball. Last year, Belmont was a top, what I see here. It was about a top 40 offense in the country, which was a handful or more of spots ahead of Nebraska, according to both Bart Torvik and Ken Pomeroy. But a lot of movement, a lot of player movement, not afraid to shoot a lot of threes. Last year, Belmont shot threes for approximately 45.7% of its shots. Nebraska was right around the 50% mark. About half of its shots came from three. But he came from an incredibly efficient offense. Belmont led the country in three-point field goal percentage as a team. The Bruins shot 41% last year, pretty much what Orm shot on his own. They were a fourth in terms of two-point percentage, over 60% as a team. Free throw numbers and free throw rate weren't necessarily that good, but Belmont had the highest effective field goal percentage in the entire country, which is something to hang their hat on. But for a guy that I think, has some experience playing in a fast-paced, high-movement, share-the-ball kind of style, that should go a long way in helping him be that seamless fit.
Yeah, and it's not only that. I think Fred has a good idea of the coaches that he knows that kind of play somewhat similar to what he likes, or maybe he has an appreciation for what they do. And that's where you attack first, and you like his size, right? 6'9", a legit 220. And when you look at him just on the tape, it's not a fake 220. He's a big kid, moves pretty well. Like Price, I think he has a little bit more to his game than just sitting in the corner and shooting threes. I like it to where for him, he played around 26 minutes a game. So he came in and got busy. So I'm looking at it, okay, remember a couple of games when Nebraska would start a little bit slower? Well, now you have another guy that has the skill set of Price that if they're really focusing on Price, this can loosen things up, right? And so I like what he does. I like where he's coming from as far as the school, and it's a great opportunity. I think he wants to be here. Shoots decently good from not as good as I'd like from the free throw line. But
he also doesn't get there much, which also fits into what Nebraska.
I was just about to say that he doesn't get there that much, and so that's one thing you're thinking about. What do you have to do to improve? You have to improve your free throw line or free throw percentage. Number one, because the team has over the last few years, and number two, you have to be available and you have to be in there at the end of the game.
Mhm.
So I think he's at 64%, which is odd because he's such a good 3-point shooter, but he only had 44 attempts. That's not a lot. And
Right.
so you could start off slow, could be different rims, different gems, 28 to 44. And that's right around, if you make 5 more, you're way higher in the percentage. So
You're
not,
out to 75.
right. So it's
Mhm.
not a alarming stat, but it's also one that you want to make sure, okay, if you're 44 at Belmont, we want to get you as close to 100 as possible. Now that's probably end up to be
That's about 3
70
plus attempts per game.
right, so let's get you up to 5 or 6 if we
Mhm.
can, right? And that's including late into the game. You have the
You'll be
ball,
on the floor.
you'll be on the floor.
Mhm.
So, and then you got to get that percentage up to 75%, and that increases his points per game. It's better for the team. But I like what they're going to do with him. It's clear that they know what they're looking for. And so they're just adding more pieces to what they did last year. It's going to be interesting to what they do outside of what they've done,
Mhm.
because that's what you're going to have to do. Now, in my opinion, I'm not telling Fred anything like that, but in my opinion, to get to the next level,
Mhm.
right? You got to be able to find players, in particular one that's not on the roster, 2 preferably, that can create their own shot, and it's create their own shot within the offense. We're not
Mhm.
talking, and then also be creative off of that for other people.
Yeah.
That means it's within the offense. That
Mhm.
means when you break somebody down, right, from what I call the mid pocket, or everybody else calls it the wing, or whatever you want to call it, then you know where exactly the secondary cutter is coming from, or
Mhm.
where you're going to kick out for 3.
Yeah.
Right. And then that player can run pick and roll as either the guy that's either going to reject the screen or the guy that's going to be the screener. And it could be with Price, or it could be with Orm or whoever else, because versatility is where Nebraska, once they become more versatile, then when you talked about their offense over the season, right, will be more consistent.
When you talk about versatility, is it about what Nebraska can do, who Nebraska goes to, or both?
It's both. It's both. You want to be versatile. You don't want to be just the guy that, when he gets the ball and he hasn't touched it in a while, that he's going to try to break you down with 45 dribbles at the end. And it might work out when you're playing Midland and all that stuff.
Mhm.
You want to be the guy that's done that, but then you want to be the guy that has it, and then there's a counter offer off of it, and it's set up, whether it's by called or it's by a read by everybody on the offense.
Mhm.
Or you want to be the guy that people think are going to be in that position, and you're setting other people up by being a really good screener, right?
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
And
Which he's going to be asked to do quite a bit
right,
of.
whether it's him or other guys that come in.
Mhm.
And you got to think, he grabbed 5 rebounds a game.
Yeah.
So
And a good defensive rebound percentage when
Right.
he's on the court.
And that's-
So he'll
and-
rebound his
and-
first position.
and that needs to increase too, right? So you got to think, if he go from 5 to say 6.5, that's huge,
Mhm.
right? So the loss of Burke really isn't that much, and so where you
Mhm.
think about that, because then you gain so much more by being able to space the floor, right?
Mhm.
And defensive rebound for him percentage, but defensive rebounds for Nebraska is a tell-all generally in wins and losses.
Mhm.
So they do it if they get 0.5% better, or whatever you want, 0.5 point better, it's huge for a team like Nebraska.
Oh, that's a multiplying
right.
effect.
That's it's more possessions. It's less possessions for them. That means there's more points per game. It could really, up to 4 or 5 points per game
Mhm.
when you play a little. So the margin that I always had was 6 to 12. I think it was 8 to 12 or 6 to 12.
Mhm.
The rebound margin.
Yeah.
You squeeze that,
Mhm.
right? For
Mhm.
Nebraska, it's almost game over.
Yeah. Mhm.
For the opponents.
Mhm.
And so that's what it's really good to get him in there. So he's physical, and he was second leading defensive rebounder on their team. So I think it's a good pickup for Nebraska, and it's a really good pickup for him.
Yes.
We talk about
Mhm.
all the time in football, right? Or at least I do, where fit, skill set. When you make your initial decision where you want to go, are you making it because it's your only big offer, or where you think you want to come, but then also you haven't done your homework and say for me, right, linebacker, my size, or whatever, do they usually play linebackers with my skill set, right?
Mhm.
Saying, right, for him, do they have players that have played in Fred's system that have been successful? Check mark, yes.
Mhm.
Does it fit me sooner than later? Check mark, double yes, right? And you have 2 more years, but you just fit right in.
Yeah.
And that's so crucial for Nebraska right now because this is a huge year for them. Because the pieces that you want to add, right, or the pieces that, like him, your first one, they have to fit, seamlessly. It's not only skill set, it's personality wise. And so I saw his interview. He definitely fits in.
Another reason that I think he's going to fit well is because for as good of a shooter as he is and as well-rounded as he is on that side of the ball, Jay, last year at Belmont, he had the 1, 2, 3, 4. He had the 5th highest usage percentage on the team.
Yeah.
5th highest for a guy that's shooting 40% from 3 and averaging 13 points a game. Again, kind of a force multiplier. When everyone on the team can shoot, can pass, can dribble, can attack, can handle all that good stuff, you have a better chance to put more points on the board. He came to Nebraska to test himself, to level up, to give himself NBA looks where, depending on how the year goes, we'll see. But he didn't come to Nebraska to have the ball in his hands all the time.
Yeah.
He's not going to, right? Could he be the second leading scorer on the team? Could he blossom into the top leading scorer on the team? Absolutely. But this is a guy who seems like he knows what he's coming to Nebraska for, who takes good care of the basketball, who might not be an elite passer, but can keep the ball moving. It won't stick in his hands, who can knock down an open shot, who can play off the dribble a little bit, who's competent on the defensive end with about a 3.5 block percentage and a 2% steal percentage, which are fine numbers for his size and his position. Good rebounder, like you alluded to in there as well. And so, there are going to be times that Nebraska will ask him to up his volume. If he's able to make that transition from mid-major up to power conference level and maintain similar efficiency, that's a really good sign. I would expect maybe a little drop off from 40%, maybe a little lower, maybe even a little higher actually usage percentage with Nebraska, depending on how the portal shakes out. But this isn't just a role guy, but it's also not a headlining star.
Yeah.
This is, I think, a really good fit for Nebraska as a guy that can probably flip the switch that Nebraska can go to in moments, but that won't be demanding the ball all the time.
Yeah, and I think he, the little things, highlights I saw that he can be effective without the basketball.
Oh yeah.
And so that's
well, Belmont demanded that.
Right.
Just like Nebraska, a lot of their 2-point percentage came from open backdoor cuts.
Right, and so that's huge because you don't want anybody that's going to take the air out of the ball and suffocate the offense, and you don't need that. And so where they're trying to go, you definitely are trying to, lessen that, and obviously have guys that are able to execute that. So I think it's a really good pickup for Nebraska. I think for him, the biggest thing is just coming in and just fitting in and imposing his will on there. And whether he's the leading scorer, or second leading scorer, or third, you're going to have guys right around, where they're at the top. The 1, 2, and 3 are going to be around each other. That's where Nebraska is going to be really, really effective. And he fits right in. I mean, and so, it's a great start. Got a lot more work to do, obviously. And so I'm just excited to see what else they do.
Nebraska has Drew Fielder, former Georgetown and Boise State center, in on a visit. That's probably the next step for Nebraska. Nothing confirmed in terms of a commitment yet, but it seems like that'd be a really good fit for both parties. We'll see if anything is able to get done today as the dead period is officially over and players are beginning to take their official visits. For Sam Orm, Jay, I would presume his minutes would tick up. He started 28 of the 29 games he played last year, played about 26 minutes per game. That's probably a borderline 30 minutes per game type of guy.
Right now, we need more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, big time, especially because the rest of the roster is not necessarily filled out. He's a true 4 that fits a lot. More is going to be asked of him at a higher level, but I think the skill set is there, the fit is there, that he should be able to step up into that role pretty darn well. I want to get to a couple different things here from our text line, 402-464-5685. Scott in Lincoln says, sorry, does Orm have a better free throw shooting percentage than Berke Buchtengel? Here's the thing. They're about in the same neighborhood. I'm going to give you a different comparison.
But he's a better
Jay.
shooter, though.
Oh, leaps and bounds better shooter. And a reason that I'm not worried about it, there's a guy that transferred into Nebraska last year who in his first 2 years in college shot 67% from the free throw line and 64% from the free throw line. Last year, he shot 86% from the free throw line. That's Price Sanford. Price Sanford took 6 free throws his freshman year at Iowa, went 4 for 6. His sophomore year, 33 games, 2 starts, takes 44 free throws, only makes 28 of them. To your point, he makes 5 more, 75%, and that's kind of, bare minimum for where you'd expect a shooter of the caliber of Price Sanford to be. But then last year, again, he didn't take a huge number of free throws, didn't even double his attempts from the year before, but still got to 83 of them, but 71%. Bigger sample size, played out over the long run. So no, Orm's numbers haven't been great, but he also hasn't been tasked with putting the ball downhill and drawing fouls. He hasn't been put in post-up situations. He's playing in a free-flowing offense, very similar to Nebraska's, where you understand the value, the importance of free throws, but your style of play doesn't lend itself to that all the time. So I am approximately negative 1,000,000% concerned about Sam Orm's free throw percentage entering Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously something that, as you sit down with a player and you're talking about, how you fit in and stuff like that. It's a part of like coaching a player like that. It's just like, hey, look, this is where, I want you to, look, this is where we need to get better at. Nothing wrong with it. I think you become if you're a better free throw shooter, I think you shoot a little bit better from three. And like I said, we can up the volume and keep the percentage at the same. Even if it dips a little bit, I like the more volume for you. So you'll get a lot of opportunities, and I think he'll, it's one of those things he'll do. I mean, like you said, I'm not worried about it at all either. And so you got the biggest things you want to make them. You want to have guys on the floor that can make them during money time, and more importantly, do you make good decisions when it's pressure time? We've seen it, obviously, unfortunately, with your team Duke. We've seen it, with Nebraska, and I think also
you saw with
Florida, and I mean it's happened tons. In the tournament in high school.
Every single year, every single level.
Yeah, it happened at high school this year in the playoffs. So I think also, adding some guys that can really, when I talk about create their own shot, but get to the free throw line, will also allow Price and Orm to get to the free throw line as well, because they'll have more opportunities to attack the gaps, get their 2 feet in the paint, be really crafty in and around the rim. You'll be at the free throw line. The game will become a lot
just
easier.
Naturally,
just a lot easier. And so, I think either way. I mean, I think it's what they get coming now. If they get the big man from Boise State, more the merrier. I know they're looking at BD Bangak Dak. I think he priced himself out, or his skill set has priced him out a little bit. Colorado has another 6'11" guy that I just saw. That's they went out there and did a bunch of guys. So they're tangibly trying to get after guys that can factually be a difference size and strength wise underneath the hoop.
Yeah, I think Dak just wasn't a fit for what Nebraska wanted to do in terms of
his skill set.
Could they make it work? I would like to think so. I don't think this is a Bo Pelini situation where, he can only play in this front, not this front,
Well, he can rim protect, though.
He sure can, but Nebraska also had one of those guys in Braxton Mia and played more of a team defense concept. And here's the thing, bang out Dak, certainly a more well-rounded player, probably comparable rim protector. I think Nebraska has moments where they could use one of them, but that's not necessarily what Nebraska's wanted to do. And so even if I think that the theory is there, I just don't think that's necessarily
not a reality. And that's right. And Bangout's going to go somewhere and do well. And Nebraska's going to do well. And so, styles make fights. And like with that fit, man, but BD, homeboy can shoot the three too.
He can.
And he can run the court and he can break you down.
He's
7 feet and he's getting taller.
Yeah.
He's not like Kevin Durant. He will not deny that he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I made it. I'm there. There's a 7 in
tall.
front there.
Yeah.
Speaking of tall people, 4069 texts in and says, people are forgetting about Oogie, big guy that can shoot threes. I don't think we're forgetting about Oogie because I'm not so sure he's on the roster next year. I think it's health permitting.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a wait and see sort of approach, but I would not be surprised if Nebraska is operating under the assumption that Ugnius Drusevicius is not back with the team. I don't have that confirmed. I don't have that for sure by any sense of the word. But yeah, wait and see is a good way to put it.
If you are, we'll be okay if you aren't.
Right. Which is where Fielder comes in.
And if you are, he'll be a factor. And even if he is coming off a back, he's just going to have to work his way in there anyway. So it's a win-win. Nebraska take care of him if he's still, hurt and not able to get back. But then if he's able to get back, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
That's a super bonus. So, I'm sure he's working diligently to do so. And the trainers are trying to get him back on track.
If you told me next year Nebraska's front court was Sam Orm and Drew Fielder starting, Leo Curtis and Ugnius Drusevicius coming off the bench, you can work with that.
Yeah.
You can absolutely work with that. If Oogie's not here, you probably need one more. I'm going to say the name. People are going to get mad, but you need a Jared Garcia type. dirty work big, come in, commit some fouls, grab some
rebounds. You said
rebounds.
before, what's his name? Sam what?
Sam Orm?
No, the other dude.
Drew Fielder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
That's the Boise guy.
Boise.
That's the Boise center.
You know what I'm about to say, Austin. Okay.
Spice it up a little. Add some salt.
Does he have any spice? Does he season his meat?
He has arm tats. Is that enough?
No. I see some kids rolling around here with arm tats, man. And they look like they should be on the show 90210. He looked like the one picture. He might be able to come to the cookout. Well, you know what?
You get invited, but he's hanging out around the fence.
You know what? Since he went to Georgetown, he's part of Hoya Paranoia. He's in there.
Gets a pass.
Yep, you get a pass. He gets a rack of ribs.
It is not confirmed, but I would feel pretty confident that Nebraska at least has a pretty darn good chance to land Drew Fielder by way of Boise State via Georgetown. He's Jay Foreman. I'm Austin Norman. We'll have more Old School on the other side.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Tomorrow is about the lessons we learn today. A farmer's market teaches us that community is grown together. Kids laughing shows us how joy is easy. And coffee on the porch reminds us to savor every moment. These are the lessons that shape a tomorrow we all share. One filled with trust, good company, and wide open dreams. That's the way banking should be. And that's Pinnacle Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And wow, what a great spring it has been here. We've had record sales happening at Koppel. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is giving out employee pricing on select new models. Yes, you heard that right. Employee pricing is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. So please stop on in the store and see the team or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Some rebates to dealer.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Need an adventure? How about the bright lights of Vegas? The magic of Orlando? Or the sunshine of Orange County? Now you can reach them all with new flights from LNK on Breeze Airways. Stretch out, relax, and enjoy the flight. Your vacation starts the moment you board at LNK. Book today at LincolnAirport.com. LNK. Make flying easy.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and
and electrical.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It is Old School, Hour 1 of the show, brought to you by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Big thanks to Heartland of Nebraska Windows for helping sponsor Hour 1 of the show. They're based in Hallam, Nebraska. They offer a free estimate, full windows replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty on everything while keeping their prices affordable. They're locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today for more information at 402-430-3852. You can also visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Despite your laughter, no, that is not a fake offer. It's real. It's incredible how great Heartland, Nebraska Windows is.
I know. I'm going to have to hit them up, man.
Are we still laughing about our mutual friend from over break?
I am.
Okay.
But the Heartland, Nebraska Windows, I'm definitely going to hit them up because of I think it's about time to get it. I think a little bit losing some heat in the winter, and then obviously have some brisk air coming through right now. Brother, I gotta have temperatures perfectly when I sleep.
Ooh, you're a little sensitive about that?
Yeah, I like it cold. Like
what's your house set to? Are you like 66?
70, but I'd like it at 60, but I'd like it at 62.
62?
I like it.
You're gonna freeze.
Oh no, I like it at an ice box. I run hot.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
I run hot too, but that's why I set it at like 68 instead of 70.
I'll do 62 with a fan.
Man. All right, Starter Human Jewelers text lines. We got to know 402-464-5685. What is your thermostat currently set at? What's the range?
What changes during the
right?
If you could pick one all year, what would it be?
I mean, I think that the safe answer is just set it at 70.
Yeah.
You know, because I'll be cool enough in the summer, but warm enough in the winter. I think the range on my thermostat right now is a 66 on the low and 74 at the high. But we got some work done. Thank you, John Henry's, friend of the station, for helping us get some of that fixed.
Mike
as
D
well.
and Westy. What's wrong with you guys?
What we got here? What we got?
Your numbers are off.
Westy
All right, Riley.
65 with the fan. Mike D 71.
Those answers are nullified because they're odd answers.
68 to 71 for Eric.
Eric, you're nullified because your second answer.
Okay.
Riley W in Dorchester, you're the man. 68.
I can work with that.
Yeah.
I can live with it. Now, I don't want to say the problem is not an issue. The facts on the ground are that some of us have a female in the house, and males and females run differently with temperatures. And so my wife is always there. Oh, it's so cold. I need a blanket. Need a blanket this. Need a blanket that. I don't know the last time I ever sat on the couch with a blanket or even shared one with her.
Yeah.
I mean, I will still go to bed and just on principle, it's the sheet and it's the cover, but I rarely need it.
Yeah.
It's usually down lower by the end of the night. So
yeah, okay. Hey, if it's cold, I'm out.
Nolan says, oh yes, Jay, keep it cold for sleep. I'd say 64 for sleeping, 70 during the day.
Yep. I like that. I like what you're doing there.
Westy, I constantly deal with the wife crying for extra blankets while I go to bed warm. Eric describes you as the abominable snowman. Big Ty says 71 or 72. I'm in an old farmhouse. It would run all the time if I had it any lower.
Yeah, I understand that.
Hoghead Nate, 70 year round, but I drop it to 67 between 10p and 5a.
Well, you need to drop it to 68 there, Hoghead.
Either up a degree or down a degree.
No, we won't go down to 66.
Why not?
Because you add one more 6 to it, it's not that good.
You're scared of that sort of thing?
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? When you take away the stuff that you don't get into it, life becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, it does.
But on the opposite, though, when my grandma was still alive, I'd go out there, and it would be spring, or sometimes like, yo, that house used to be like an oven. You know what I'm saying?
Cooking.
Yeah, because
yeah.
she's older and, always cold.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
That's me and my parents' house. They're not that. My parents aren't old, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're grandma and grandpa at this point, but they're not like old grandparents yet. Sometimes I go to their house and it's dead of winter, and I got to put cargo shorts on.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, you walk in and that heat hits you, and then my grandma used to always say, "Boy, close the door. We got to keep the heat inside." No, we don't. We need to let some of this out of here. We could melt all the ice on the driveway.
Even the north-facing driveway.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah, we can melt it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about me shoveling. I'm trying to make my life easier. Man.
Are you a shovel guy or a snowblower
guy? Snowblower. But I'd shovel, though, too.
I don't have enough driveway to make me feel like a snowblower is worth it. Even though, I mean,
yeah,
it is. I know plenty of people with similar sized driveways that do it. I don't love shoveling snow, but of all the chores, if you will, around the house, I don't mind it. I really don't.
I don't mind it unless that snow is heavy.
Well, yeah. Well, that's my workout.
That'd knock you out. That'd knock you out. So I don't mind. I do both.
How long does it? Text line, another question for you. How long does it take you on average to scoop your driveway? If you're a shoveler, because for me, if I do the driveway, the short sidewalk, and the little longer sidewalk, and then I go around and I get the walkway up to the front door, that's about half an hour for me.
No, I'm a little bit longer than that. Now, the better question
is
probably
this. Bigger
how do you snow blow or shovel your driveway? So do you go east to west, north to south? Do you blow it out into the street, or do you blow it into the yard? And do you cut it in half and do one and then the other?
Okay, so my strategy is
because there is before you answer.
Okay, you go for it.
There is a strategy to it though.
Okay,
because I wasn't very efficient, and then I got on YouTube, like always.
Oh, of course.
And the guy broke it down.
Okay. What's the move?
He said, well, you got to take into account where the sun hits on your driveway in the wind conditions.
Okay.
Because, and then that's whether you obviously put if my snowblower has it going high or low.
If I'm standing and I'm looking down my driveway, I'm facing east.
Okay.
I don't know if that plays into.
No.
But what's the strategy?
Do you go side to side or up and down? And if you go side to side, do you go, or either way, up and down, do you cut the driveway in half and do one?
I do one big push down the middle to give myself a lane. And then I'll pick a side, probably whichever way the wind isn't blowing. So I can go short side into the wind and then long side with the wind at my back. So I can just kind of toss
it going. I guess. Yeah.
So there's like some backtracking just to clean up, but not too bad.
Hey, Hoghead Nate said he goes right down the middle. Justin from Hickman says 3-car garage and sidewalk, maybe 30 minutes. Yeah. Scott from Bancroft, 30 minutes. Eric must be off work. He said, I pay for somebody. No, I do not. I get out there and get after it. Get smooth after it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. When that garage, listen, after a big, I'm going to tell you like this, after a big, like not a big snow. We haven't had Minnesota type snow. Now, let me tell you something. You in a Minnesota snow, I'm finding somebody to come do my driveway. Because up in Minnesota, people have heart attacks with it.
Yeah.
But when that garage goes up and you fully ready to go, there's nothing like it.
Oh, ready for battle.
Oh, I'm ready for
battle.
All right,
let's do this.
Let's go. And then I want some more if I get done quick. I'll go do the deck or something.
And then you come back inside and your vision's all funky because there's the sun off the bright snow and you have to take like 3 minutes to adjust your vision again.
Then I just get to lay down for like 2 or 3 hours.
I don't get to do that. I got 2 kids at home. Not afforded to that.
I'm spent after that.
Nolan will wrap us up for this. He says, keep it cold. You can always put more clothes on. You can't take them all off.
I can.
Watch me. Don't actually.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, I can. I will too.
Let's go right next door, essentially, to Minnesota here, Jay, up there in the Great Lakes region. Wisconsin. Stealing. They're straight up stealing from taxpayers. How about this? Wisconsin's governor signed what they're calling AB 1034 into law, supporting Wisconsin athletics' commitment to excellence. Yada, 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 yada. The law allows for resources to be reinvested into the long-term sustainability of Wisconsin athletics as the department navigates an unprecedented era of volatility in sports. Assembly Bill 1034, which provides $14.6 million in debt service for UW-Madison athletics facilities and formalizes and codifies NIL rights for University of Wisconsin athletes.
Man.
$14.6 million a year from taxpayers to Wisconsin athletics. Shaka Smart is punching air right now.
Racine, Wisconsin, football players, basketball players, they commit. Chicago, Illinois, basketball, football players, they're going to Wisconsin. Milwaukee, they're going to Wisconsin. You got to think, that's on the flip side of their AD coming out in support of the football program, right? And saying that, pretty much saying, look, we haven't supported them financially.
Right.
For Coach Fickle, Luke Fickle. We're bringing him back, and he's going to make adjustments. But the big adjustments that we're going to make as an athletic department is we're going to invest more money into our football team so he can recruit. Oddly enough, I saw something not in not this article, but something about with Luke Fickle. The biggest, I guess, knock on him, or one of them, was, remember, it came out last year before the season that he didn't have a good relationship with the high school coaches. He really wasn't recruiting in-state kids. Well, this year, that has changed. He's had his coaches clinic, and he's kind of been around. He was doing that even during the season when he was able to, and in the off season. And they've literally signed every one of their like 3-star higher guys for next year's class. So he's trying to lock down the borders and build it up like maybe an old school. Maybe him and Barry Alvarez. Barry Alvarez. Well, Luke
he had to come to Barry meeting.
Luke Fickle's got a tan, so he must be on that Barry Alvarez is like winter
regimen.
Yeah, the Mike Shanahan. I got a tanning booth in my house, right? You didn't know about Mike Shanahan?
Mike Shanahan had a tanning booth in his house?
Dude, Mike Shanahan's like me. Mike, you didn't know that?
I mean, I guess it didn't register. I'm not surprised now that you say it, but
Mike Shanahan and Barry Alvarez. Remember when Barry Alvarez would come back and always coach a game?
Oh yeah.
Looking refreshed.
Tip-top shape.
Well, I think he's down in Florida. Well, I think Luke Fickell hooked up with him, and he probably Barry's like, hey, man, you know your little project. You know, it was nice in theory, but here's the reality.
It's not working.
Just like they told the dude that came from Utah State. Remember him? He's
Gary
like,
Anderson.
He's like, yeah, you can run your offense, but we still gonna run the ball and win. Right? And the dude sitting right here. Yeah, he can do this little funny stuff, but at the end of the day, we're Wisconsin, we're gonna run the ball. And they were pretty good. So I think he probably had the same conversation with Luke.
Mm-hmm. If I were a Wisconsin taxpayer and I heard that $14.6 million was going there, if I'm a big Badgers fan, okay, fine. Like, we know that some of your taxes go to their public university and all that anyways. I don't remember if Marquette's public or private, but if I'm Shaka Smart, I'm upset. This is going to just specifically, I think, UW-Madison too.
Yeah.
So Wisconsin Green Bay, Wisconsin Whitewater, all the other ones
Wisconsin
in the system.
Stout, none of them getting it. Yeah.
No, just the Badgers. And here's the thing. The argument is we're recognizing Wisconsin athletics' role as an economic engine for the state. Well, if it's that big of a driver, why do they need this much money put toward debt servicing? Because here's the thing. You're just giving them a loan. And here's the other part of this, and I'll let you have the last word, is I went to private school, right? Pretty much my entire life.
Right.
In fact, until I went to college, I went to private school.
Sure.
You know, and that's a choice, right? We didn't have to. Parents valued it, got a lot out of it. It was great. And yet they were still paying taxes to public schools. And I'm not saying that's the wrong thing necessarily.
Right.
But if I'm a resident of the state of Wisconsin, if I'm from California and I moved up there for work, or if I'm from Kentucky, I moved up there for work, I have no allegiance to this, and it doesn't seem like the university affects me on a day-to-day basis. Kind of like people who go to private schools, I can understand it's a good thing, and I'll chip in a little bit, but I don't understand why I have to pay full into something that I don't see the full value from and subsidize that I'm not a part of. And so if I'm not interested in sports, if I'm a Marquette person or whatever, I don't know if I love my money going to this one thing that I see no value from that makes no sense.
That hasn't been a value, at least football-wise, for quite some time, let alone the roads, school busing, if they have it. That better be on point.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the things that normally that money would go to better be already,
tightened up.
I want, if I'm a Wisconsin resident, whether I'm a Badgers fan or not, I don't want to see any articles that we don't have enough funding for like computers and books for schools.
Right.
I don't want to, or your services for kids that need it and all that.
Because this is 14.6 annually,
that's what
not
I'm saying.
one time.
Right. So
annually.
If you're bringing in that much tax revenue, then on top of it, if you're able to give Wisconsin $14.6 million, well, that means you must have some left in the kitty for the state. You're not giving them, you're not zeroing it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, dang, we need to lower these taxes.
Yeah.
Period. So, but I will tell you, if they start to turn around the football program, and obviously in particular, volleyball is pretty good. I'm sure basketball is generally pretty viable. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they got some other sports. They get football turned around, and I think they'll probably be able to cut that down a little bit. I think they're just trying to infuse some money. And that's what, listen, you're going to see universities and like athletic departments, I generally would say football teams, pull money from places you would have never dreamed that they were able to pull because of the rev sharing dollars. That's an annual, obviously, debt that they're going to have to be able to do. And on top of paying NIL money now, because now it's a free for all with NIL. I can tell you this right now, that clearinghouse thing, that's going to get shut down. They're just like, just do what you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you going to do? Take Jay Foreman into court and I'm 10 years in the league? Bye.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what? I probably done went to another university after that anyway.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll just put on another one of my letters jacket. You can keep this one back. So it'll be interesting. I think you're going to see some other people do it. I think what Mississippi's doing, no taxes on NIL stuff, or trying to get that passed. You got the stuff from Wisconsin. Here in Nebraska, or in the state of Nebraska, correct me if I'm wrong, text line, I think Austin, you can pay high school seniors, right? The ones that live here. You know what I mean? Pay them a little bit more since they live here. You can pay the ones away, but you can pay more if you're here, playing here. So say like Jay Foreman at, Southwest High School, they could be paying me right now. You're going to see some bills get passed and opportunities based on college football.
So I'll respond to some of these off air because we have to get to break here. Per the interwebs, there are approximately like 3.5 million taxpayers in Wisconsin for $14.6 million per year, which works out to really not all that much in the long term, right? It's a few bucks a year, which adds up. It's not nothing, but it's not something. To me, Jay, it's just like on principle. I get it. It's not a business. Maybe there needs to be some subsidization going on, but not everyone in the state is benefiting from. Everyone in Wisconsin, or more people in Wisconsin, are benefiting from roads, are benefiting from Wisconsin public schools, are benefiting from, state insurance or benefits or whatever like that. And so, yeah, there's lots of things that tax dollars go to support the not everyone does. And I think there's a degree to which that's okay, and maybe necessary in a society as big as ours and with the economic ranges that we see in this country. But this is college athletics that's been run like a business forever. If you can just spend all the money you want, cry poor, and then expect your state government to bail you out, that's a horrible look. I just don't think that's a way we should be running things.
Yeah.
As much as we love sports and all that, if you're mismanaging your finances, at some point you gotta reckon with it. You can't just keep taking money and pretend it's going to solve the problem. It won't hurt anything. But at some point, you got to learn the hard lesson of here's how we manage our money effectively. Here's how we live within our means. I would rather, pay like the Dave Ramsey plan, for Wisconsin than just give them $14.6 million per year. Yeah. And it's along the same lines to me, Jay, of the residents of a state helping pro team owners pay for a new stadium.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's multi-use, maybe it's like PBA where it's the university and it's, public events and whatnot. It's a little bit different. But if it's just a privately owned team and you're not going to have outside events there outside of the pro team that plays there, I've turned against kind of public funding for that sort of stuff. You want a new stadium, you got the money, you raise it, you pay for it yourself.
Yeah.
Same thing with this.
Yeah, because eventually you'll raise the money and they'll end up owning it.
Yeah.
With the public funding.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Wisconsin's trying to be like the Green Bay Packers and, everybody has like $1 share or something like that. So we'll see. I mean, I don't think it's a financial literacy thing. I think it's something that they are desperate to get into. They were way behind in the NIL and recruiting thing, and they see it. You're on the hook. I think if you fired Luke Fickell this year, I was going to say Kuechly, Luke Fickell this year, it would have been a huge buyout. Remember, and so in order to keep him and make him, because you believed in him, you got to give him a chance to be successful. He has a legitimate gripe. I don't have the money.
Right.
Everybody else does, and they're way behind. So we'll see what happens.
We had the text line really start catching up, and we have a bunch more responses to the thermostat question and the snow scooping question.
All right, here we go.
Let's
take
go
a quick
to break,
come back.
And we'll hit those.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Poison myself again, something in the orange tells me you'll never come.
Saturday, April 25th, Memorial Stadium.
Wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Kings of Leon and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com.
I think I heard you coming.
Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Time for a new AC? Call Bryant. Get rebates now and lower operating costs every day. For comfort and efficiency, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And wow, what a great spring it has been here. We've had record sales happening at Koppel. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is giving out employee pricing on select new models. Yes, you heard that right. Employee pricing is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. So please stop on in the store and see the team or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Some rebates to dealer.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into this old school. Austin and Jay with you. Big thanks to Heartland of Nebraska Windows for helping sponsor hour 1 of the show. 402-464-5685. We're headed to our starter Heyman Jewelers text line to continue our conversation about thermostats and scooping snow. We'll go in chronological order here. Dennis says he sets his house at 67.
I like it.
Okay. Nolan says, yep, got that one coming through again. Mr. Mike D, wife has a ceiling fan and a stand-up fan running at night.
I like it.
I have the opposite issue at home. My wife's a blankets wife, not a fan's wife. So Scott from Bancroft, 72 in the winter, 68 in the summer. Justin went to the forbidden number for the winter, Jay, and 70 for the summer.
I like it.
5317, thermostat at 65, but upstairs is always warmer than downstairs. Physics.
Yeah, that's
Physics.
true.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
My house doesn't have a basement. It's a
Is it one level or 2 levels?
two level.
One,
yeah, ground level and then and upstairs there. Big Ty says it takes me about 8 hours to get all the snow done, but I own a snow company. To Europe to quit, 70 in the winter. How about this, Jay? 80 in the summer.
Man, what's wrong with him?
To Rip to quit, you keep your house at 80 in the
80,
summer?
80 in the summer?
80 degrees?
That's horrible.
What? How and when did you start that? And then I think we have some snow responses here. Hoghead Nate says right down the middle, then push to either side, wife's side first. Yep. With my wife's a nurse at Brian, and so she'll leave, dark and early in the morning. And so as often as I can, I try to go out like at 10 o'clock at night, get it done, and then
so she can get out of there.
So she can get out of there. But if it has to happen to where it's snowing more overnight or really piles up, I'll get up with her and then I'll go outside and do it there. 3404 says down the middle, be a man when it comes to facing the wind. That is Duval Husker, it appears. Matt Blankenbiller Appreciate you chiming in. Matt, good to hear from you again. He says, I'm on a cul-de-sac. It takes 30 to 40 minutes. You go down the middle every 3 hours. As needed.
Just down the middle once?
Well, then I assume to the side.
Oh, yeah.
No, knowing Matt, he's not just a one-push guy. So, Justin from Hickman says 80 in the summer is diabolical. Truly diabolical.
Yeah, that is.
Man.
You might need to get reported.
We have evidence here. We can. I don't know if you have kids or not, but I might be tempted to pass this information along to CPS. So, all right, we'll go to hour 2 of Old School. He's Jay. I'm Austin. More of the show after this.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, so you can give everything you've got, all for just 1 cent down. Whether you want to get the most out of our best-in-class equipment or go all in with free fitness training, our trainers are ready to help you get stronger than ever before. Take your workout to the next level at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Time for a new AC? Call Bryant. Get rebates now and lower operating costs every day. For comfort and efficiency, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myINSpartners.com.
Fans, are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat to all the action. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and ice-cold drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall, so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer on your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. Stop in for a Nebraska basketball game with a party of 4 or more and receive a free pitcher of beer. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill, right by the Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Woo! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It is Old School, hour 2 of the show. Got another hour to go after this one, taking you through your work week into your weekend. Austin Orman, Jay Foreman here. You can be part of the show, as always, on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line 402-464-5685. Finishing up our discussion from the end of last hour, 5703 says, if you got to keep your house on 80 in the summer, I'm going to bet he has an old, inefficient unit. And Too Rip to Quit did chime in and said, yep, older house, tough, old, better times guy, no kids, in my 60s, work out every morning. I am ripped. It is in your name, Too Rip to Quit. So you know what? I respect it. So Ted says you must be a lizard of some sort. So either way, respect it. To each their own, to each your own. But we are certainly grateful for what appears to be better weather around the corner. Not necessarily better weather up in Oregon, as Nebraska baseball had tonight's game and tomorrow's game moved up, not canceled, not postponed, just moved up earlier in the day due to weather. Jay, I saw this from The Athletic, and I thought it was wildly fascinating to think through some of these names on the list. What's the last time each Big Ten school, quote unquote, developed a quarterback? And there's some pretty strict parameters that they put on this. And for The Athletic, developing a quarterback means 3 things. The quarterback must have signed with the program out of high school, started at least 1 full season at the school, and left the school via either graduation or for the NFL draft. They've done these for the ACC and the Big 12, and they got around to the Big 10, I believe, yesterday. So if those parameters, signed with the program out of high school, started at least 1 full season, and left either via graduation or the NFL draft, who is the last quarterback at Nebraska to fit those criteria?
Tanner Lee.
It is not Tanner Lee. Here's a transfer guy out of Tulane. Right era-ish. Text line open as well.
Sam Keller? No.
He's a transfer. Signed with Nebraska out of high school. Started at least 1 year, if not more, and left either via graduation or for the NFL draft.
Adrian.
Transferred out.
I don't know.
Tommy Armstrong.
Tommy played in the NFL?
Well, he graduated.
Oh.
Graduation or the NFL.
Oh, yeah,
draft.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, for sure, Tommy.
Signed in 2012, number 290 overall player, number 6 dual threat guy. Played his entire career at Nebraska. That's the last time Nebraska signed a guy, had him start, and then only leave via graduation. You think about the guy on the roster right now, Daniel Kalen, that would not apply to. TJ Lateef, is certainly in that boat right now, at least with the potential to start a season for Nebraska. Some of the names for some of these other schools are pretty impressive. They went alphabetically here. For Northwestern, Clayton Thorson. Interesting name.
Yep.
Okay, for Ohio State, CJ Stroud.
Yeah, that's pretty recent.
Oregon, any idea?
Mariota.
Justin Herbert.
Oh, yeah, because he was after. Yeah.
Yep. Penn State was Drew Aller.
Yeah.
Purdue, Aiden O'Connell. UCLA, Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Yeah. He made an appearance with the Browns.
He did.
Yeah.
USC, signed, started at least one full year, and graduated or got drafted without transferring.
It's before Lincoln Riley, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
Sam Darnold.
That's a long time ago.
2015 to 2017.
I almost said Josh Booty, but he transferred at the end.
John David Booty. Yep.
Yeah.
Washington had Jake Browning. Bach got this one on his first guess. Wisconsin.
Oh, buddy. That was at the Colts. It was not Ellinger, but you know what I'm talking about, man. Back up to Peyton.
Scott Tolzien?
No, man, the other one, man, he was Peyton's backup for a while at the Colts, wasn't he?
Well, the correct answer is Joel Stavey.
Where did he played in the pros?
Well, he graduated. It doesn't have to be an NFL guy.
Yeah, but even that. Man, listen, all you high school quarterbacks, like if Joe Stavey could play 4 years at Wisconsin, then you need to be up there too. You need to go up there and talk to Luke Fickell.
Minnesota's guy was Tanner Morgan.
Yeah, because he was there forever.
For
6 years, right?
2017 through 2022.
Did you ever see when he came in as a freshman? He had a full head of hair. When he left, he looked like PJ Fleck. He was bald-headed.
Bald-headed.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember him.
Michigan State was Brian Lewerke.
I don't even know who that dude is.
Michigan State's all-time single-game passing leader. Put up 445 yards against Northwestern. He was Mark D'Antonio's last starting quarterback with Michigan State.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason why he retired.
Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
Very recent.
Yeah. That's on brand too.
Mm-hmm. Maryland had Perry Hills. Can you get Iowa's guy?
Beathard?
It is not Beathard. I like the guess, though. Nate Stanley.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's it. Beathard was obviously the better one, but yeah.
Indiana's is Nate Sudfeld. And Illinois is a current NFL assistant coach.
Oh, man, I just saw this dude,
Yep.
man. He was
You
just
know
like,
who it is. You know who it is.
Dang.
Had a lot of interviews for OC positions this year.
Yeah, I know, man.
On the Rams staff. What's his name, Jay? You can do it.
Man, I can't, man. I just saw this. It's crazy. I just saw it, and I couldn't even believe it. I don't know. I can't get his name.
Nathan Shieldhouse.
Oh, my. That's it, man. I remember.
Kansas City's very own.
Yeah, man. And because he was pretty much almost I thought he was going to get a head coaching job.
Or at least an OC job.
Yeah, OC. But I thought he's the next one in the line to get it. It's crazy that he played at Illinois.
Yeah. Out of Kansas City. So
more power to him, man. Congrats to him.
So then here's the question. How important is it in this day and age? Is it more important, less important, not important at all for programs to be able to sign, develop, and then utilize a quarterback out of the high school ranks?
Not anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Will that ever come back?
I'd like it to, but doubt it. Doubt it. I mean, it should be important, but I don't think it is anymore because now these high school or these college coaches, I'll just go get a guy out of the portal. I mean, look at Lincoln Riley, right?
Yeah.
You had Williams, and then you had Miller Moss. That remember?
Yeah,
in the bowl game, and you're like, he's going to be the guy. Then he made a switch halfway through the next year.
Mayava.
To Mayava, and then Miller Moss is at Louisville.
Yeah.
And you would think anybody that's the quote unquote the quarterback guru or quarterback, really friendly offense and developer, that'd be like a passion of his, I guess, if you want to call it that, or or something. Doesn't even work like that. It just go, just recycle quarterbacks all the time.
Lincoln Riley, I think, is probably the poster child for a lot of that because at Oklahoma, Coach Baker, who transferred in, Kyler Murray transferred in, Jalen Hurts,
yep.
Spencer Rattler,
who was a
high school recruit,
right.
and then transferred out,
yeah,
and then Caleb Williams in both Oklahoma and USC.
Yeah.
Ohio State has been an interesting kind of experiment in that as well. because their most recent guy, C.J. Stroud. Okay, I mean that's a really good one to have. Coming off the heels of the Justin Fields experiment, right after that, or right before C.J. Stroud, you go through that whole list of your Joneses, your Haskins, J.T. Barrett in that mix as well. But even Ohio State has started to go the transfer route a lot more recently.
Yeah, I mean, there's two of the guys that have been, or at least two universities that are. Ohio State's known for everything, but definitely quarterbacks has been, a big part of their success over the, last, few 20 years or so, give or take, or or not. Same with USC, they're going to the portal now, and it's interesting because the backup quarterback that Nebraska was kind of looking at, that remember they took him over Dillon.
Yeah,
he ended up going to not Kentucky. Where did he end up going? He left Ohio State. He's in the port. He went.
Kyle McCord?
No, he's the same age as Dillon. Remember, he's from like South Dakota or something.
Yeah, Lincoln Kienholz.
Yes, and he ended up going.
Didn't he go to Northwestern?
But I thought the Isles.
Oh, Louisville.
Louisville. That's where he
right.
went to Louisville.
Yeah.
So you got to think that dude was a high recruit. You took him over, a 5-star recruit. He didn't even last 2 years. So. I think that's the way it is, man. I mean, I think even like Riley Leonard at Notre Dame, that magical run, right? For in Marcus Freeman needed. Now he's able to parlay that into that really good freshman they have now. He came from Duke, which that's a little bit off because I think if he didn't get hurt that year at Duke, I'm sure Duke would have been able to keep him, but then he became more appealing. Maybe and maybe he needed a level. I think he would probably end up going pro, to be honest with you, if he didn't get hurt because he was unstoppable.
Oh yeah,
And I think the supply and demand would have worked out in his favor as far as like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so,
sure.
And then you got look at Mensa that Duke. He transferred in to Duke, had 2 really good years. Now he's down at Miami.
Didn't you just have one at Duke? Because Duke had Malik Murphy. Malik Murphy, who had one good year after Texas and went to Oregon State.
Yeah. Duke's been recruiting though.
And this is even with David Cutcliffe out.
Yeah.
And Cutcliffe's the one that had all this quarterback connections with the Mannings.
Mannings, yeah. And then he was at Duke, and remember Manning went down there and rehabbed, and he really got the A-OK that you can get back to playing at the level that you wanted to when he had that neck injury and nerve injury.
Yeah.
I think the quarterback position, when I see quarterbacks on the move, within reason.
Extenuating circumstances like Nick Saban retiring,
right?
Julian Saying aside.
It doesn't bother me because it's only one guy can play. You can't really rotate quarterbacks. You can't do that anymore. The days of Tim Tebow and Chris Leak doing that, that's not going to happen.
No.
Of Jalen Hurts and Tua, that didn't really work. I mean, it worked out well, but that's
right.
You got 2 guys that are NFL quarterbacks. You only get one spot for one. So guys are going to constantly be moving. As you play a little bit, you become more appealing to bigger universities that maybe they didn't recruit you in the regular cycle. Linebackers are like, hey, we'll just get you when we get you.
Show up when you want.
We can beef a little DB up to take your spot. Don't worry about it.
Has that ever happened?
I mean, no, not really. But I mean, linebackers are always stack linebackers. Like, we can find somebody to do it.
One DB who is not beefing up to go play linebacker, Kenny Moore. Colts and Kenny Moore have agreed to seek a trade.
The staple. They're getting rid of all of them. Franklin, Kenny Moore. Hey, man, you better. And this is a crucial year for the Colts. But I'm going to tell you.
Pittman Jr.
Let me tell you something. Jim Irsay's daughter does not play no games.
Not a single solitary.
None. She did an interview, or I saw an interview where she was like, hey, look, I want to know anything and everything that's going on with the team. And then it was afterwards. And she was like, the time is now. So essentially, Steichen, you are on the hot seat. I want to see it win, and I want to see it now. You know what? I like it. I like the fact that she is somewhat personable with the players. You know what I'm saying?
Gets down to their level, is down on the field, taking notes and getting to know them.
Getting to know the players. Lets loose as much as you can as a billionaire or whatever. But she's down there. She brings her family down there. She knows She knows the family of everybody else. Seems like she treats the players pretty fairly. You know,
fairly, which is not to say easily or gives them, guaranteed spots because she
but
likes
fairly,
them. But fairly.
meaning like, look, Moore's been a staple in Indianapolis and in that franchise.
9 years in Indy. He wasn't drafted by them. I think he came from the Patriots and
but
was
it didn't
cut.
work out.
And then,
And let's do what's best for us or for both of us.
Yeah.
Instead of like take it or leave it. So, I mean, I think that's where you see a drastic change. And she's not the norm.
Really?
You know, how they, because they'll just discard you or whatever. So that, you got to give, her props of, doing that because that's obviously huge.
From the ESPN write-up on this, Indianapolis would owe Kenny Moore about $10 million in base salary and per-game bonuses this season. Obviously, that's saved if he's traded. A pre-June 1st trade would save Indy more than $7 million in cap space. Here's what I didn't realize, Jay, is that between the Sauce Gardner contract, the Charvarius Ward contract, and whatever Kenny Moore is making, that $10 million right now, Indianapolis actually spends the highest percentage of the salary cap on corners in the entire league.
And that's what also, it's great when you get a player like Sauce Gardner and that trade. That is like, it brings energy into your locker room and your franchise. Like, all right, we're trying to win this year. We're trying to make a run. What it does, though, is exposes a Moore or another player, any other players that are in the DB room or in particular on defense because of the size of the contract and the compensation that you had to give up to get him. So normally, then where Kenny Moore, look, he had a pretty decent year and he has a reputation as a slot corner, as one of the best in the league still. Pretty reliable.
All around good dude. Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee all the time.
Pretty reliable as well. So for him, he's like, I'm worth $10 million because nickel and slots are getting paid that now. They're a big part of the whole. They're really as valuable in some ways as outside corners because you're able to do so many things against the run, blitz, third down coverage. That he's like, all right, probably figured that he could get $10 million out on the open market. The problem is that now there is like a second wave of free agents that get cut and stuff like that. So I'm sure his agent is like, all right, look, we can get you apples to apples for another team. Because imagine Indianapolis was asking him to take a pay cut or we didn't want to pay you that $10 million. That's where it's like, pay me $10 million. They're like, no. All right, well, trade me to somebody that will. You can very easily end up in Denver.
Whew. Man.
Yeah.
Even though Kenny Moore's getting up there, he was hurt last year, had the Achilles strain last year. Like you said, good, solid, dependable player, right? Good coverage guy, can blitz a little bit. Where I'm going to be really fascinated to watch, Jay, is the evolution of that nickel position because look at the nickel that just helped Seattle win the Super Bowl, Nick Emmanwori.
Yeah.
Kenny Moore does not look like that.
No.
And here's the thing. I love Kenny Moore. He's done so much good for Indianapolis. I mean, longtime player favorite, longtime fan favorite for sure. I wonder how many more Kenny Moores will be left in the league in terms of that size at the nickel position just because of what Mike McDonald has done in Seattle.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you, the Derwin James and the guy in Seattle, those are once in a like, I guess what I mean by draft lifetime for GMs or head coaches.
Yeah,
those guys aren't walking around. Those guys aren't even in college. They're really the outliers, and that's where you could maybe throw a Kyle Hamilton in there. But both the Derwin James and the guy from Seattle are way faster.
Yeah,
right. But Kyle Hamilton makes plays.
Yeah,
it's probably it's Minka Fitzpatrick years ago when he first got to Pittsburgh, right? So, but he's still a bigger guy, right?
Jalen Ramsey at times.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey, right? Jalen Ramsey right now, really, because they can move and do it. So there's just 5 guys, and Minka Fitzpatrick probably doesn't fit in there anymore, right? But he's still a reliable
tooth, but can play,
right? So Kenny Moore, I mean, first of all, when you play the nickel in the slot, and I say this because I played along with nickels and slots, and people don't realize Antoine Winfield before they moved out there in the corner. Listen, he was a terror at nickel and slot. I mean, a terror because he was short. He would be just be killing people's shins. You know what I'm saying? And then he'd be killing it because he was a hitter.
Right. Yeah.
So he's kind of like Kenny Moore size, a little bit smaller, but I think those guys, you become so smart and you know how to play the game that it never really passes you.
Sure.
Because
you just find ways to make it work.
Because you're never really isolated.
In the middle of the field.
In the middle of the field. You always have some sort of help to your leverage, or you know what I mean, away from your leverage.
Yeah.
And you know who can really run and who cannot, and you know what you can and can't give up. So you can play, and plus you get, ever comes down to it, you can be a terror on special teams as well.
Oh, absolutely. And that's I love that you said that too, because it's kind of like the football equivalent of being able to age smoother in basketball when you can shoot.
Yeah.
Maybe you lose the explosiveness, you lose the pop, but you can be a wily vet. You can make the right pass. You can control the game. You can get to your spot. You can hit the open threes and whatnot, as opposed to like baseball, where if you can't catch up to a fastball, you're just done.
Yeah.
Guys like Kenny Moore, height aside, have ways to survive in the league.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then they can play, and then they can be mentors to the other guys, because it's not an easy transition to go and play that slot. It's hard to play in there because there's so much action going on, and you never really are exposed to that type of action coming from college. And you really might not even be exposed to that even if you come from another NFL team, because the guys that really play it well, the coordinators use them well. So you're doing more things than the normal slot corner. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You're expected to be effective in the run game. You're expected to be very, very productive in the blitzing game, pass game. You're expected to cover well. You're expected to pretty much be a displaced middle linebacker, because you are the guy that's going to really maybe control the checks and stuff like that to the rest of the DBs. So, or you could go to the flip side where you're just kind of, when you play the nickel, you're just out there. Okay, you either playing man to man or you're covering the flat. If you help in the run, so the difference in the coordinators and what they put emphasis on that position works well for Moore as well. It works better in his favor too, because he's so productive. Versus if it's a young coordinator or somebody that doesn't put a lot of emphasis on from a playmaking standpoint, they would have they'd be like, oh, actually he does too much. We just need him just to do the basics.
Yeah.
And so he's in a good position.
Oh, he absolutely is. And that was one of the stylistic matchups that you're talking about, with the nickel guy being able to, not just being able to, but being willing, able, and effective in run support. The Rams used a lot of 12 personnel and some 13 against Seattle at times this year, but Seattle didn't get out of their base defense. They did, maybe they went some nickel here and there, but they played nickel essentially as their base, because they had that game changer in Emin Worry, who could match up with tight ends, who could stick his nose in there and run support, who blitzed in the Super Bowl quite a few times for the first time pretty much all year.
Right.
And it's incredible how those guys are being used kind of as that Swiss Army knife, where if you have a replacement level guy you pick up off the street, sure, he can hang in coverage, but having a versatile guy, man, that can be a game changer for a defense.
Yeah, man. And, like a few years ago, they would say, since you're a Swiss Army knife, you're not good at one thing, it would actually hurt you. But when you see the emergence of, Derwin James, of Kyle Hamilton, and Nuri from Seattle and stuff like that, that's where it becomes, because of the explosion and the emphasis on the tight end pass game. Those are the guys that can match up well with them. And it's Derwin James that, made his name for
Eric
himself.
Berry back in the day,
Eric
a little
Berry,
bit.
for sure. But Derwin James, Eric Berry against Antonio Gates, and Derwin James against Travis Kelce really changed the skills. That's why you saw Caleb Downs essentially be if not the best defensive player in college the last 2 years, one of the better players, best players to get going in college football in the last couple of years, ever since actually been in college. But the last 2 years for Ohio State, it's because they used him in so many different roles.
Yeah.
They used him as a middle linebacker. They used him as a cover two coverage middle linebacker. They used him as an in the box safety. They used him as a field safety. They used him as a slot. They blitzed him. They did all different. They really combo. They did everything with him, and that's when you have that special skill set. That's why these guys get paid a lot of money now.
Another NFL trade has been approved between a couple of NFC foes. Philadelphia and Green Bay have agreed to a trade. What does it mean down the line? We'll talk about that next on Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings, thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Fans, are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat to all the action. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and ice-cold drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall, so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer on your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. Stop in for a Nebraska basketball game with a party of 4 or more and receive a free pitcher of beer. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill, right by the Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street.
The Nebraska Lottery asks, what do you dream about?
Getting a new koozie.
A vacation in Kansas.
Replacing my old welcome mat.
I think it's safe to say you all need to dream bigger. So play our new lotto game, Millionaire for Life. The top prize is $1 million a year for life, with a second prize of $100,000 a year for life. Tickets are $5 with drawings every day.
So if we win, we could even vacation in Oklahoma?
Now that's dreaming big.
Millionaire for Life top prize odds, 1 in 22 million.
School's almost out, but the impact of public education lasts a lifetime.
Hi, I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. As we prepare to close the books on another incredible year, let's celebrate our teachers, our students, and staff who make our schools strong. This summer, keep learning alive. Read, explore, and support your local schools. Public education builds brighter futures. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2 for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome back in. It is Old School. Thanks to Schwezo Construction for their partnership with us here on the show. At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Schwezo is hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back on and off the job site. Apply today at Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com. 40 years strong in business, Schwezo Construction. 402-464-5685 if you want to be a part of the show. Like we said, Jason Moore, trade news in the NFL, the Kenny Moore trade. Not official, just the Colts are seeking one, but we got this one through on the official league wire. Green Bay Packers trading Dontavian Wicks to Philly in exchange for a 2026 fifth and a 2027 sixth. A 1 year, $12 million extension with the Eagles should be forthcoming per his agent. Not necessarily a wide receiver one in the mode of A.J. Brown, but that's a guy that has some familiarity with Sean Mannion, new Eagles OC coming over from Green Bay, and was pretty darn good against man coverage where A.J. Brown also thrived.
Yeah, I mean, it's more the merrier, and somebody that can be the coach and the tempo setter in that room. I think Mannion's going to need a lot of help. I mean, being at or around the age of A.J. Brown, one, you got to come in and earn and garner their respect. And obviously bringing somebody that's looking for an opportunity to expand his role. I'm assuming at some point in time, A.J. Brown will be on the move. Now, whether it's to New England or not, with all these other recent circumstances, will be yet to be seen.
What do you think happened there with Vrabes?
I don't know.
Front Office Sports says the photos were shopped around to multiple outlets. There are rumblings that Rossini's husband hired a PI to follow her around.
Yeah.
Supposedly the photos were cropped and there were other people around them in
really?
some of them.
Yeah.
But the hand-holding one is the one I can't get over. You know, if they're in the pool and you just like take the right angle, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But man, that's just
I don't know, man.
weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd hate for it to be cropped and then obviously, be some uncomfortable conversations on both ends or whatever. And, I generally don't, that's their business or whatever. But the only sports related part that I would be talking about is that the A.J. Brown to the Patriots has been something that she has been kind of reporting on for quite some time. So, I mean, look, I will tell you this. There's either one to, I'm thinking about Houston now. And I know for sure in Buffalo there were two. There's one or more reporters that are always very, very, doesn't matter if it's male or female. So I've seen both, right? And this is just from my experience. And this has nothing to do with that situation. That are always very close with the people that I guess I call them the power brokers. That's like the GMs and all them, and the coaches. And the reason why I know is there's a guy in Houston named Mark Berman, right? And then saying that, I remember Mr. Greer told me, and that was when I first got down. He's like, "You gotta watch out for that dude." I was like, I don't really say much anyways. What does he care what I say? They had Aaron Glenn and all those guys in the supplement or in the draft. He's like, you gotta watch out for a guy that will tell you that he would run over his mom to be the first to get a story. my point is after I got hurt, I had surgery, and then I don't know. So say surgery, they bring me. I was over at the hospital at 5:30 a.m.
Woo.
Right? I
Woo.
mean, prep and all that.
Yeah.
Right? 7.
Mm-hmm.
Probably done. I mean, it was a pretty extensive surgery. I probably got done about 11. You know, you kind of get your bearings together about 2 or 3. Talked to my agent before I went the night before. You know, because I was trying to see what the deal was. Still contemplating whether to do it or not. Talked to him afterwards. And by the time I was leaving the hospital a day or 2 later, that dude knew that me and Jamie were, I guess, supposedly going to get traded, but eventually, you know, teams would just wait for us to get released. So the point is that he had already been in there with somebody, because I just talked to my agent who just, you know, he would have told me first. This dude
who should
first. Right.
tell you first.
So,
Yeah.
you know, that's, you know, them being in cahoots or whatever is that's normal.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter if it's a male or female. I'm gonna tell you what, those GMs, they talk a lot. There's some guys that embellish probably their relationship with, you know, whether it's, you know, pros or college, they probably embellish it. Because a lot of them don't know what to look for. If they did a lot more watching and listening, or listening instead of trying to hear things and all, they get a lot more clear answers. But probably long ride home for flight home. I don't know whether you're flying private or not.
Either way.
Yeah. But you know what, they both come out and said they were there with people. I'll just take them at their word. And you know what, that's their business. I don't really care.
So back on the football part of things that
Yeah.
we care more about, is it in your mind all but a sure thing that A.J. Brown's going to New England at some point when the numbers make more sense? Do you think that this is just a rumor that's out there because he's a superstar player that was disgruntled last year? Do you
For
think
2
another
years.
team could 2 years, right? Do you think another team could get in the mix, a la Buffalo, a la
There's
Kansas
always
City?
that team that comes out of nowhere, and it's always during the draft, around the draft.
Yeah.
and that's the exciting part about the draft now. You would
13 days away.
You would hardly ever see any trades, especially when I played. There was hardly any trades, and it was always generally before the draft. And if it was right after the draft, it was just in reaction of who they were able to draft themselves that made somebody else expendable.
Mhm.
Now you guys get traded all the time. Training camp, mini camps, off season, draft.
Always looking over your shoulder.
Always look. I mean, Max Crosby gets traded,
Or did he?
Didn't get traded. Welcome back home. Probably get traded next year. Oh, we ain't traded this year. Don't worry, it's coming. But you know, kill the quarterback this year. So I look for AJ Brown to be on the move. It just seems like with Jalen Hurts, I just think with the stuff coming out and the new OC, if he's not traded like before the season, definitely by the trade deadline, if things aren't working well. I mean,
but if you're the Eagles, when's the best time to trade him? I mean, it's obviously when the numbers make sense.
Rid of him. But I'd trade him. Okay, you got to think, or let's think about this. When would his value be the highest?
It's just to me, it depends on what the next contract looks like, because
he's getting a little older.
Because I think the calculus for me is the sooner we trade him, the more the other team has him, which means we can get more value back for him.
So
Higher draft pick.
right,
If we wait till the trade deadline, maybe it's a third and a seventh. But if we trade him now, can we get a first and a fifth, or can we?
Yeah, a second,
or a second and a second and a fourth.
It depends on who really needs a receiver. That means if you're doing that, you're trying to really sell them, and this is a hard year to do so, because you look at the late. You know, we'll get to this in the 5 o'clock hour. A lot of mock drafts got like 4 or 5 receivers going first round.
Yeah.
So you might get to see a trade if those guys strike out on the top 5 or 6 guys. So then your value would be the highest. Then it would dip down a little bit. But then if he starts off playing well individually and the team's not doing well, and say Buffalo needs a receiver, then your value goes back up. I think the sooner the better if he wants to get traded. I think he wouldn't mind it. I think he has appreciation for Vrabel now more than when he did when he was there. I think they have a pretty good relationship, at least before he left. But there's always going to be that other team.
Yeah.
The dark horse that makes it. You know, it could be a swap. You know, you never know. You know, Sean Payton, he'll trade for a guy like that.
Yeah.
Trade one of his receivers right now to just be business. He's definitely not going to a losing team.
No.
So that
see, that's where I was going to go next too, is as much as AJ Brown probably wants to get traded, Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
You might not find that infrastructure and that team success that you have in Philly ever again, which I know you've talked about how hard it is to win one game in the Super Bowl or one game in the NFL.
Then they'll constantly always be in. I mean, you're probably going to win the division again.
Yeah.
So that giving up a little bit of happiness, and it seems like maybe Jalen Hurts has opened his eyes a little bit to being more of what the team wants him to be.
Mm-hmm.
Then I mean, Rob Gronkowski essentially faked like he was going to retire. So when Bill Belichick tried to trade him to Detroit, because Patricia, I think, was the head coach.
Yeah.
And he said no.
Mm-hmm.
A.J. Brown will do the same. So it's not, you can't trade somebody if they won't show up. Darius Slade just said, you know what, thanks, Buffalo, but no thanks. And he retired.
He did?
Oh, man, I wish Buffalo had him. So,
man. Hey, Elena from Upsides here. Let's chat to her
go.
about what's going on with the UFC and then going on at the bar. We'll do that to wrap up hour 2.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Fans, are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat to all the action. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and ice-cold drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall, so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer on your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. Stop in for a Nebraska basketball game with a party of 4 or more and receive a free pitcher of beer. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill, right by the Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2 for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
It seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Poison myself again, something in the orange tells me you'll never come.
Saturday, April 25th, Memorial Stadium.
Wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Kings of Leon and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com. Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank were neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations, you're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome back in. It is Old School. We are wrapping up hour 2 of the show with a very special guest. Elena from the Upside Bar and Lounge is with us. Elena, long time no see. How are you?
I know, since last UFC.
I know. It's a month, but
yeah,
we've been out and about. We've been traveling with basketball and everything going on, which how was the spring?
It's been good. It's been really good. I am, though, a little bit behind. I have not got the spring menu. So you guys have some of our club drinks right now.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. There's nothing wrong with that, though, because you always knock it out of the park, though, when you bring stuff. So.
True.
Yeah. No, I figured I haven't brought a margarita or a buzzball for a while. So I figured I'd bring some of those oldies back. So
which one's which? We'll start with purple's one of my favorite colors. Let's go with purple. What's
that is the Purple People Eater margarita.
There we go.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, a little Viking action.
That one's one of my favorites.
This is good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, this is
that's dangerous.
Can't really taste the tequila too much in it.
I know. This is where you like,
there's plenty in there, I promise.
This is one of the drinks you go, what happened last night?
Yes.
Would that make the old Vikings proud, Jay?
It would. And the Viking people in Minnesota can drink. And they would drink a lot of these. You could probably bring a couple gallons up there and make some money if you go to a Vikings game. So what's all in this?
Just tequila. It's got a grape syrup, and margarita mix and triple sec. I think that's about it for that one. Yeah.
This is good.
Simple, to the point.
Yep.
Consistent.
The grape syrup is what does it. So.
Yeah. This is really good.
Oh, and actually, grape pucker too. There's a little bit of sour in there.
Yeah. You catch that just a little bit there. Masters going on. Masters on at the bar.
Yeah. Yep. We got everything. We've also got MLB extra innings, so we've got all the baseball.
Nice.
Yep. So we're excited for that one too.
I forget. Are you a golfer?
I like to golf. I like to drive the cart and have some drinks. As far as is anybody going to want me on their team? No. No.
I feel that.
Well, you just need. They say when you first start, you just need some aiming juice, so you could that purple.
Oh, I'm good at that. Yeah.
Listen, you start to swing a lot more easier, less thinking, more swinging, and it'll definitely work out for you, especially on a hot day in June or July.
Yeah, I think the cart people follow us around usually, so they're like ready. Like we know you're ready for another one. Yeah.
All right, then number 2. What are we moving on to here?
That is a buzzball drink. So buzzballs, they've been around for a while. They've revamped them and they've done better with the flavoring. We actually have a menu where we make mixed drinks with them. So yeah, the other one's the peach one. I think it's a fuzzy bowl. So they're fuzzy ball.
I like that one too.
Ooh, oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. It's usually supposed
You're
to have
gonna
a
have us bent
PTO
on
on
the air.
it. But
It's a Friday.
Yeah.
We're
and now,
fine.
the buzz balls are a little strong, so be careful.
Dump button, get ready. That's it. Both of these are really good. I like both of them.
I'm a fruity drinks guy. I probably won't shotgun. I can do my brown stuff. I can do my beer. But like if I'm going to drink something for fun, I want something fun. And these are like fun summer drinks. I know it's not like full like summer warm yet, but golf course, pool, obviously the upside. Like these are fun like late spring into summer. Yep. These are awesome.
Yeah, these are ones that you bring golfing. You said the pool, boat on the boat or something like that.
Woo.
Yeah.
Be a little careful on the
We
boat.
can do to-go drinks, so.
Whoa. Game has been changed. To-go drinks.
So stop before you head off to the golf course. Yep, I just got to put these little stickers on them and close them up so you can't drink them and drive.
Yeah, don't bring the straw with you.
Just straw provided. That's funny. We did get my kid into like those twirly straws. So our 2-year-old, he is loving a good twirly straw.
Yeah,
Really hard to clean, though.
We just put it through the dishwasher. Yeah. Maybe that's a cop out, but yeah.
They start warping though in the dishwasher, I feel like.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. But
even top rack?
Maybe my dishwasher's too hot.
I don't know. Well, he's had them for what, 5 days now, 6 days now since Easter. So
well, maybe they make them better since I had younger kids. It's been a while.
Fair enough. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. But I'll tell you one thing with the fruity drinks with kids, you got to make sure you put the lid on them.
I call them mommy drinks to my kids to this day, and they're old enough that I don't really need to call them that. But they're like, oh, okay, I get it.
Kids that move quick. Kids, one little drink of this, you'll be in some trouble.
Hello.
Yeah. Taking a nap.
Right. Yeah. Well, there's UFC this weekend.
Yep.
Like always, it's going to be a good one. But more importantly, before we get to Saturday, you have a new special guest on Friday. So tell all our listeners about what you have on Friday or tonight. Excuse me.
We've got the PvP dueling pianos. So Manuel, who does some karaoke for us and stuff, is great. Brian Elkaberry, I've known him from the Cactus Hill days. They're coming in. They do dueling pianos, and they are amazing. So we are reserving tables. We've got a few left. It's $20, but it goes towards your tab. So it's not like it's really costing. I'm just making sure that if people are saying I want a table, that they're showing up.
Sure.
So.
And what time people should go right now, right?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's
might be too late by now.
Yeah. Everybody should be off work by now. But what time?
Well, we're not off work.
I know, but these two will probably put us out of commission. But what time will they go on, or what time will it kind of get started here within the next hour or so?
So it goes 7 to 10. And if they work off a tip. So to play a song, you go up and put up some money for them. So if they're doing well and they're making some money, that they'll stay longer. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think that we're going to fill up sooner than we normally would, because we just started this on, I believe it was Wednesday evening, and we had 100 plus on the interested on the Facebook stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Is Facebook the best way to reserve a table?
No, call the bar.
Call the bar.
Oh, you're going to ask me that.
No, that's right. I can look up the number and get it for people, but not the Facebook. Call the bar. I'll get the number momentarily.
Yeah. So that'll go to what, 2?
So
hopefully
we'll be open till 2, but I mean, I'm sure they would love it if they're making enough tips to go till 2.
Yeah.
They might be a little tired at the end, but.
And then tomorrow's UFC. So tell us once again what time you will open and what time they need to get there, because it's going to be it is going to be a long day and well into the night.
Yeah. So we open at 1, and you're welcome to get there then. That'll be a real long day. But
well, they can. Look, it's going to be prime time for the Masters.
Yep.
So come and watch the match. Relax, right? Get you a purple people eater.
Get some
right?
food.
Get some food. Yeah. And then, just like Vegas, you just don't know what time it is when you leave at about 2 o'clock in the morning.
And I think the prelims usually start around 7, and then main card. So the thing is now what they changed with it being on Paramount or whatever they switched it to, I still have to pay for it through a service or whatever that provides it. And it's still very expensive, even though people can get in their homes for basically free now if they have the stuff. But the bars, none of the other bars can now get even prelims.
Right.
If they do, they're doing it illegally. So what I pay for, I actually get prelims and everything now, and you can't get it without going through that service. So.
And they can reserve tables as well.
Yes, you can reserve tables. We usually do like a deposit on it that goes towards your tab, just because we want to make sure we're not reserving and people aren't showing up. And then others don't get a seat. So
you can reserve by calling, I believe, 402-904-4162.
Yes.
Sound right?
Yes.
402-904-4162.
I think I always get scared I'm going to say it wrong, and then people are going to be calling some random person. They're going to be so mad.
The hazard of this job is I came dangerously close a couple times when I first started here to giving out my personal phone number instead of our text line number. Would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been bad, especially with Eric texting.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. So Eric has actually texted in the segment. He says, bleep the Vikings, Jay.
Well, thank you, Eric. But the drink is good.
It's very good.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to get Eric.
Maybe you can be converted, Eric. Go try Purple People Eater.
He needs to relax a little bit.
Well, what's his
Ain't that
team? Maybe
fair?
I have a drink that could be for that.
Eric, what is your football team? Oh, he's a Colts fan. I knew that. Yeah. Eric and I are Colts fans.
Blue?
Yeah. He would tell me I'm a fake fan after
I
some
got
of
a
the
Maui
conversations.
Wowie one that could be for him. So
Ooh,
it's blue.
nice. There we go. We're at the top of the hour, so we should probably get to a break and get on with things. But make sure you check out Upside Bar and Lounge, UFC, baseball, Masters this weekend.
on Sunday, too.
Pianos, karaoke, music, bingo, and plenty more. Follow them on Facebook, all that good stuff. Elena, thanks as always.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Hour 3 of the show.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And wow, what a great spring it has been here. We've had record sales happening at Koppel. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is giving out employee pricing on select new models. Yes, you heard that right. Employee pricing is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. So please stop on in the store and see the team or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Some rebates to dealer.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2 for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all of the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank were neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations, you're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, so you can give everything you've got, all for just 1 cent down. Whether you want to get the most out of our best-in-class equipment or go all in with free fitness training, our trainers are ready to help you get stronger than ever before. Take your workout to the next level at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Be sure to check out the all-new Fizzy Cuts. Fizzy Cuts helps to build and protect lean muscle while reducing body fat. Fizzy Cuts is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Fizzy Cuts can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For more info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln, this is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Coy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School, third hour. Masters is just finishing up. Roy McElroy, Patrick Reed doing their thing. But we are brought to you by Graham Tire. 75 years in the making. Take care of all your tire needs, car needs as well, and trucks, big or small jobs. Look them up, Graham Tire of Lincoln. They hooked me up before the last snow, got me turned around in great fashion, because the next day I was ghost riding my whip through the snow. But the customer service was great as well. So we appreciate their support, and we appreciate if you support them. Before we jump into bigger topics, let's finish this text line here.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to start with our boy Eric, not Kenny Moore, hating on Kenny Moore.
No. He said he didn't want Kenny Moore traded.
He didn't want him traded.
Didn't want him traded.
Well, I'm just going off Eric's reputation.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I know Eric gave me some grief, and I said if I were ever to get rid of a team that I root for, the Colts would probably be first on the chopping block.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near that point, but Eric's been on me since that and before that. But no, I think we're both in agreement that it's painful to see a guy like Kenny Moore go. I mean, you love to see those guys that have been around for dang near a decade with your team, but sometimes that hamstrings your team too.
Yeah.
Right. You hate to say it's just a business. You love to treat the players right, but sometimes you made this point, doing right by a player is trading them.
Right.
And
he might get somewhere where he can get another contract.
Absolutely.
And he can always come back, and he's always welcome to be a Colt.
Yeah. I mean, if he might borderline Ring of Honor guy for the Colts. Only a one-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, that's borderline tough.
Let me look up his stats before I speak out of turn. So.
Yeah, I mean, it might be. And now it seems like it's easier to get up there now, where they just kind of let anybody get up there. But it's hard, you'd think.
Kenny Moore in Indianapolis, 132 games across 9 years, 21 picks, 4 touchdowns. 68 passes defended, 6 forced fumbles, 11.5 sacks, 650 tackles, 39 tackles for loss, and 20 quarterback hits.
That's probably borderline.
Problem is lack of team success and only one Pro Bowl.
Yeah, lack of team success probably hurts him more than anything.
Yeah, Hall of really good.
Right. And so, if you had team success, he probably makes more Pro Bowls. So we shall see. Thomas in Lincoln says, who's the best middle linebacker you've seen play? He says I have to say Luke Kuechly.
Well, I never got to watch Jay Foreman, so otherwise I'd say that. But
no, I mean I was good But I've seen Zach Thomas play and played against him, or same time. Ray Lewis. I mean, I was in the golden era of dudes. I mean, in my career, Patrick Willis was just coming in.
Right.
Junior Seau, played against Junior Seau, Jeremiah Trotter, Ray Lewis, all those guys. And so all those. I mean, I'd probably say the best I've seen, and it was Ray Lewis. And Sam Cowart was there, but I saw Ray Lewis when we played in Buffalo one time. I mean, he was like unstoppable. I mean, obviously the defense was centered around him, but he's, obviously, if not the best middle linebacker of all time, he's definitely one of the best of all time, and he arguably is the best of all time.
People care far more about your opinion than mine, but I would say for my era, at college, it's Levante.
Yeah.
At Nebraska, certainly. And then in the pros, I mean, obviously Kuechly's in that conversation, but the era for my generation would be Levante David, Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner, and Fred Warner.
Yeah, all those are great. I'd probably say Luke Kuechly would be at the top of the list for me. I got to watch him play, obviously being in Charlotte, watched him play, admire his game, wish he played longer. I would probably say Patrick Willis is right up there with him, and Navarro Bowman. And Navarro Bowman.
And they were on the same team.
Hey, Patrick Willis got a lot of the love. Navarro Bowman. I always tell people, I was talking to Mark Manning about his son, and going to try to work with him this summer. I said, listen, if you want to learn how to play linebacker, just watch those two. Impeccable feet, impeccable toughness, technique, never knocked on the ground, and made plays.
Communication working together.
And they looked exactly the same. And they were terrorizing the league. And so, but I think playing linebacker now is a lost art. There's not, I mean, besides Warner, there's not a lot. I can't think of anybody that's really that good in the league. That's not an elder statesman. The younger, it's a lost art, man. The guys don't know how to come in and play.
I mean, you have some of those guys that will be kind of 1 year pop-up guys. I mean, think like a Bond, right?
Yeah.
Good player.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite as good last year.
Yeah.
Is it all his fault? Probably not, but followed the Super Bowl run with a fine year.
Yeah,
but you got paid more to go.
Viable.
So good.
He's still viable, but you got to think, they put a lot of draft capital into Kobe Dean, average at best. And, now he's with the Raiders.
Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen.
Yeah, Roquan Smith. I think if he gets back healthy, he's up there. Queen, not really. Doesn't do it for me.
Anyone from Houston?
Yeah, Shabazz is pretty good. And Tualo is good too. But I'm talking about at the level that you're used to seeing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No inner circle Hall of Famers. I mean, guys that might get in like seventh, eighth
dominant
ballot.
where you got to they make a ton of plays. A lot of these guys, they get a lot of tackles down the field, so they're not really making impact plays. I like Kansas City's linebacker, number 32, and I like.
But if we can't think of his name, that says all we need to know right there.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Bolton.
Oh, Bolton. Yeah.
I like him.
I thought Willie Gay had a chance, but kind of disappeared.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right? And so, besides the guys we named, there's not really that much. They got Blake Cashman up in Minnesota. He does decent, does well. He's made a lot, big name for himself. And so, but other than that, it's literally a real catastrophic slide, as far as that position. And Levante, I'm going to tell you like this, and I always felt like, I was good in college. I felt like I was able to maximize my game in the league. I got better when I got in the league.
Yeah, still ascending.
Right.
Yeah.
Different. Levante, tenfold that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's where you like guys that haven't peaked in college and go to the pros, and he's able to take it to the next level.
Which is so funny because, I mean, you had a legit college career. Levante David's the all-time leader in, 2-year players for tackles at Nebraska.
Right.
But, I mean, you and him weren't potential draft picks, right? It's not, look how raw he is, look how athletic he is. Let's see, if we can make something of him. It was, hey, look at this actual legitimate production that's in the box score, and then not being satisfied having just made it to the league and still having enough room to improve and stay steady at the same time.
Yeah, it's different. When I played, Grant, Jason, I mean, it was a full-on sprint to the ball carrier, and whether it's a pass or run. I mean, because we were 11 guys to the ball, literally. And that's Jared Thomas, Mike Rucker, all those guys, like Tony Ortiz and Jamel Williams, those guys were fast, and Farley, they were fast. It was, and we weren't playing, anything past when we got up by 17 or more points. We were playing a lot of half the time. And we rotated a lot of players, whereas the guys that came after us and they started playing some of the guys that started the whole game, so their stats are a little bit more overblown, and that's great. But when you get to the pros, it really shows you where you're at. And so Levante's had a great career, and obviously goes without saying, probably the best linebacker to play here. For sure the best 2-year linebacker, and that's hard to say even because I played with Farley. I feel like Farley was able to
different positions, though. I mean,
they kind of played the same, but
did they really?
Different defenses. But
yeah.
I think if Farley would have been able to play the same amount of plays in 2 years, he would have made the same. But it's harder because our defense was so much better. You wouldn't have been able to make those plays because we were making plays.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we weren't playing. So, it's all kind of in your era. I mean, Levante is a great player, or was a great player, still is. He just obviously decided to not play. And so, as far as like Luke Kuechly and all those guys are great players. But what makes a great player is the want to. Every guy that I've mentioned, from Bobby Wagner to Warner to Luke Kuechly to Bowman to Willis to Ray Lewis to Zach Thomas to Junior Seau. I mean, to go on and on and on and on and on is Hardy Nickerson, who's my favorite linebacker.
Ooh, there's a name, yeah.
Studied and loved the game. You know how many guys have came in? When you think about it, all the guys that I've just mentioned, besides Patrick Willis ran like a 4.3, 4.4.
Patrick Willis ran that fast?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nebraska knows. They played. He was out there with like a cast on destroying Nebraska. Yeah, he's a 4.4. Like, okay, they always said Ray Lewis couldn't run that well. Zach Thomas was too small, couldn't run that well. Bobby Wagner was probably overlooked, even though the second round pick, I think he was at Utah State, right?
Sounds right. Yeah. Like
Warner was from BYU. Pretty sure he ran well. Luke Kuechly. So take Luke Kuechly and Patrick Willis over here because they both ran 4.4s. Everybody else was like workmanlike. My point is, there's probably 100 guys. From all the guys I mentioned, there's probably 100 guys that 100 other players, linebackers that people thought were better than them. So they still competed. That's what it comes down to, including Levante, who said he was too small and all this other. Ended up playing 14 years and could have played 2 or 3 more at the same level, so or same pace. So, those are probably my favorites. I know I'm probably missing out something, but those guys could really go. I mean, Hardy Nickerson he was awesome to watch on tape. And, played on a couple good teams, was in Tampa when it was real lean.
Yeah.
Came from Pittsburgh, so he didn't get the love he should have, but made a couple Pro Bowls. So got a good question here from Culligan J. He says, who is somebody you absolutely smoked on a hit, but they were a big, solid, massive human being, and it absolutely rung your bell at the same time, but you popped up and celebrated like you weren't even phased? I got that picture. I smoked Michael Pittman Sr. Smoked him, knocked his helmet off. It looked like his head blew off. And I hit him so hard, I just ran right through him.
Didn't even feel it?
Yeah, didn't even feel it. And he was mad too. I was messing with him because he got, he always had those big old arms, and I was telling him that them arms ain't doing nothing. Ain't doing nothing for you. I was giving him pleasantries. I went up with the Eddie George. I went horizontal against him. I was literally trying to knock him out.
I was going to ask if the head coach is going to be right on the sidelines here at Memorial Stadium made the list.
Yeah, he was tough, man. He was tough. I always felt like he didn't give me my respect, so I was up there trying to like poke his eyes out and stuff.
Maybe we can bring him on there and you two can hash it out when they come to town
He
this
probably
fall.
don't even remember. Only thing.
You can make him remember, Jay.
Only thing
you can make him remember. Like comes on air.
You want to hear a funny story about Eddie George? This is well. First of all, I met him when I was a rookie, and he kind of big time me because I was a rookie. Or I wasn't even a rookie. I was a potential draft pick. We had the same agent. We were up in Denver. So I was like, all right, you on my list. Here I am. I can't bust a grape. I'm up here. I got a list. Boy, you better be lucky you get into camp. I ain't got drafted, but you on my list. So that was it. And then we played up in Tennessee. Obviously it was first year in Houston. I'll never forget. It was a late game. And I remember the field was kind of choppy or whatever. And so we were playing late in the game. In the middle of the field was the grass was worn out, so it was kind of slick. It was almost like a baseball field. You know what I'm saying? So they had a real big physical guard named Benji Olson, and he played at Washington. So we played against each other in college.
Oh, yeah.
And my man, Gary Walker, who I actually talked to last week, was running what we call a knife stunt. So he was in a 3 technique, was going to, knife in to go into the A gap, right? And kind of try to really get into Benji and then take the center as well. Well, Gary fell down.
Oh. Whoops.
So here comes Benji.
Right at you.
Yeah.
Unimpeded.
Right. And here comes Eddie George. Right. I think they had a fullback. I think it was Robert Holcomb or something. So here comes Benji. So I take him on, and then we just have this thing. It's kind of like it's almost like when you see hockey players fight, they pull the jersey down.
Oh yeah.
What would you do? You get engaged, and then you just sink down, and then you can kind of slip underneath them and get off. Right? You get off the block. Well, I did that. As I was getting down, I lost my footing because Benji was like 330. So I didn't. I mean, wasn't like I was blowing him up. I'm trying to survive now.
Yeah.
Well, cause as I was kind of getting off him, he kind of had me around my chest, and I'm like kind of on my knee or whatever. And here comes Eddie. Here comes Eddie George. Austin, the things that went through my mind in probably a half a second was like, oh, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? And you can't just dive out of the way. So first of all, it's 5 things going through your mind. Oh crap! What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get ran over. I
can't get ran over.
I'm trying not to. I have to get ran over for the team, but I have to make this tackle. So here he comes. Benji's on me, and Eddie George kind of hit me here and kind of he did run me over. So I just threw my hand back and literally got him by the ankle.
Did you throw your hand back, or did your hand just recoil back from Eddie George?
It was probably a little bit of both, but I just threw my hand back, and then once you hit it here, I grabbed him and tackled him. Right? And kind of tripped him up, and everybody kind of hit. But he got up and he was so hyped, right? Talking mad noise.
Like he did something.
Yeah, but then the crowd is like, woo, 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 and all this, right? I was like, oh, I was hot. I mean, then they had it up on the replay. And it was just like the parting of the sea. 2 people coming to hit Jay. Jay gets ran over. I get lucky he made the tackle. But the crowd was going crazy, and he's hyping it up. Steve McNair's back there throwing up the Q dogs. I'm just furious. Quarter flips. They end up, we're going to win the game, right? So we flipped, and it's kind of the same way. So it's the end of the game. They were just running out the game, running plays. They run this outside zone. So they ran it to the left side. Eric Brown comes down and tries to tackle him low, and he jumps up in the air. It kind of just barely gets over him.
But still in the air.
Yeah.
No feet on the ground.
And then Kylie Wong hit him, but I had a full head of steam. I didn't clean him up, though. I hit him good, but the best part was he tried to get up, right? Because I just hit him and tackled him. It wasn't a big hit. So he tried to get up and whatever. So I pushed him down. I said, I'm going to kick you know what when you get to Houston. Then I laid the B word to him, right? Right?
Bro.
Right. He's like, oh, it's like that? I said, yeah, it's like that, right? Right? The game's over now.
Yeah.
We just lost, and I got rid of, and I'm woofing. I said, in 2 weeks, when you come to Houston, I'm like, I'm kicking you know what, right? So here we go. We come to Houston, and it's the last game, and I'm in my contract year. So we're playing, and I knew they were going to run this outside zone within the first couple plays.
Because Eddie wanted him to? Because he wants him to get back?
That was their staple.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the backside, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm timing this bad boy up. Zach Pillar tried to come up. I'm gone. Eddie George, the hole opened up. But listen, I was horizontal. I was horizontal like this.
Superman style.
Right. So then I hit him head to head, and he caught me with a left here to kind of brace it. Then I alligator tackled him, and then we just start wolfing after that. And he don't even remember just because he was like, who is this? He probably thinking who is this dude? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
4 years ago, I mean, he didn't really big time me. He's like, oh, yeah, good luck, whatever.
Kind of brush you off.
Then I told him, we're face to face walking back to the huddle. I said, man, you shouldn't even won the Heisman. You should. I said, then that's what. Just for me, when I get in that zone and I start getting like psychotic, I don't know where I could brought that up about Tommy Frazier. I said, you shouldn't even won the Heisman. I said, that's why I'm doing it for you. That's why I'm gonna do you in today for T. Frazier. T. Frazier. And everybody's just like this because I usually didn't say much. And they're like, you were just off the hook. So to answer your question, Culligan J, was that one.
That's going up on socials, by the way. You know, it's getting rerun during Bowling Green Week.
He was a great player, man. That dude, Eddie George, was huge. You don't realize how big he was.
Like Derrick Henry before Derrick Henry?
Yeah. And I don't know how big Derrick Henry is. Eddie George had to be about 245.
Derrick Henry on Pro Football Reference is listed at 6'2", 250.
That's about this. Eddie George was. Well, how big is Eddie George?
Eddie George,
6'3",
Pro Football
6'4"?
Reference, 6'3", 235.
Yeah. And he
Ballpark.
was. He was big and strong and quick. He was good, man. He was tough.
His middle name is Nathan.
Is it?
For Pro Football
I
Reference.
didn't know that then, but yeah, he was a good player though, man. He was hard to stop, man. He was a good player. He was a great player. Great. And now you know how many times he probably got into it with people too. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking at that point.
Kip says, my music teacher always used to tell us he tackled Amon Green in middle school. He would quickly follow that story with Amon was already heading out of bounds and he barely touched his jersey. But it counts as a tackle all the same.
Yeah, look, man, when you play against great running backs, you just be lucky to get them down. Like with Barry Sanders. Listen, we were playing Detroit in preseason. I had no idea how it was going, and I was starting because Sam Cowher was overweight. And, Barry Sanders.
Was this the one you were kind of surprised that you were?
No, that was Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. Okay, gotcha.
Like the day before the game, hey, you starting. I was like, really? Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So,
Anyways, Barry.
That's what Ted Washington asked me if I was scared. And I was like, no. He's like, yeah, you are. And they had Ricky Waters, but so we're playing Detroit. So this is when remember when Barry Sanders had that one dude, I think for the Patriots or whatever, or Dallas, and turned him around.
Oh yeah.
And then he shook Jesse. He was making guys look silly.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the same agent because he was same agency. He had Lamont Smith, but Barry never came around. But so I just knew who he was, right?
You knew who Barry Sanders was?
Yeah,
I think everyone knew who Barry Sanders was.
Right, but I never met him versus like Eddie George and Terrell Davis and all that. Sure. So then it's like, all right, man, this dude, I don't want to get embarrassed. I'm trying to make the team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scrapping here. And man, so the night before, I was like nervous. Like, how am I going to tackle this dude? I'm hearing all these like stories and stuff about him. So you come out there, you go through warm-ups, and you try to look and see if he's out there. And he warmed up. So the game about to start. I'm trying to figure out where he's at. He got a baseball cap on. Boy, the confidence level went to 100. James Stewart was in there. He's a big target. That's right up my alley. Went out there, balled out of control. He's over there with a ball cap on. Boy, I was like, woof. No Barry Sanders. That's the only really great running back I didn't get to play against.
Was there a little part of you in the moment that was bummed that you didn't have a chance to make the team because you brought down Barry Sanders a couple times?
Nope. Not at all. I was good with James. James Stewart was like a first-round pick. I was great. That was just fine for me.
That's a 4-round upset there.
Yeah. And look, man, he's a big target. He didn't have the shakes like Barry Sanders. He's a big physical back. That's easy.
I got this.
Barry Sanders like, nah, nope. I don't want him to get him in like he do me like that. He's zigging, he's zagging. I don't need any of that. Not at that point in time in my career. I'm trying to make the team. I wasn't on the team. I'm trying to make the team. And sometimes in preseason, the vets are already made the team. The rookies will get exposed. I was lucky enough I didn't get exposed.
Bryson DeChambeau's getting exposed by Augusta right now.
That's all right. He got a YouTube channel. He said he makes more money off of YouTube than he does
from Live.
Oh no. Well, he could. He said it's probably apples to apples because he's asking for more money.
Man. So,
anyways, unlike Bryson DeChambeau, I did not get exposed. Luckily enough. So I want to thank Barry Sanders for taking the preseason game off. With that being said, old school Jay Foreman, Austin Orr, we'll take a quick break. Come right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, so you can give everything you've got, all for just 1 cent down. Whether you want to get the most out of our best-in-class equipment or go all in with free fitness training, our trainers are ready to help you get stronger than ever before. Take your workout to the next level at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Hey, it's Grant Wister. I co-founded Champ Roofing because I wanted to build a company with real integrity. The kind where you actually trust the people working on your home. We do roof replacements, inspections, gutters, and siding all across Nebraska, Lincoln, Omaha, and everywhere in between. Every job, we show up on time, do the work right, and stand behind it. That's what Champ is built on. Check us out at champ-roofing.com or give us a call at 402-858-7449.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And wow, what a great spring it has been here. We've had record sales happening at Koppel. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is giving out employee pricing on select new models. Yes, you heard that right. Employee pricing is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. So please stop on in the store and see the team or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Some rebates to dealer.
Be sure to check out the all-new Fizzy Cuts. Fizzy Cuts helps to build and protect lean muscle while reducing body fat. Fizzy Cuts is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Fizzy Cuts can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For more info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Are you looking to find more fairways, hit more greens, and lower your scores? Then it's time for a custom fitting from a Shields certified master fitter. Learning from the world's top fitters at Titleist Performance Institute, Callaway Performance Center, and the Ping Proving Grounds, we have the tools and expertise to match the right clubs to your swing for a more consistent game. Elevate your play today. Visit shields.com/expert fitting to schedule your session.
Spring is here, and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Is your air conditioner ready for the hot weather ahead? Get it checked now before you really need it. Call Bryant now to schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. Stay cool and comfortable with air conditioning services from Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111 to schedule your AC check. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you'll never come.
Saturday, April 25th, Memorial Stadium.
Wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Kings of Leon and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at zachbryan.com. Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School. A little bit of an update. Rory McIlroy just pitched in on the 17th.
That was on
green.
16. He's headed to 17.
No, the 17 means you finished the 17th.
Oh, okay.
Open. So
My
on,
bad.
On 17,
golf noob.
He punched out from the woods or from the pine straw, put it to a distance that he felt comfortable pitching it in, and knocked it in. And he's now 11 under, and the next closest competitor is
6 under.
6 under.
Got a couple guys down there.
And so they're going to 18. I will tell you this before we read some of the text, is that 18, you're talking about Augusta. And George Foster, who I got to have on here, is a great follow. And texters, if you follow George Foster, tell him, Jay, just tag me and say, Jay said to follow you. He went to Augusta and he put his watch up, and I think he was wearing Meta glasses. He walked 8 miles. Dude, it's a big property now.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. They're going to 18. And I was able to get to 18's tee box a couple times. I'd walk back and forth. But that walk up 18, because you go way down and then you go way up, your boy was breathing heavy. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to watch like Jose Maria Olazabal and Lee Westwood, who was one of my favorite, tee off, and Fred Couples. And then right where they're at now, if they show behind Rory, and I think that's Cam Young, that chute that they hit through is literally looks like it's only like 50 feet wide.
Whew.
Then it opens up. My tee shot would be in the woods. And you got to hammer it, because that's why you see it. They don't get any rollout after that because because it's uphill. And it's pretty cool. So right where that guy is with the red hat, that's where I stood, obviously. You feel very comfortable there because they're professionals. And then I was able to get right up there next to him. And you got to really plan for it, because you got to, whoever's coming. If Tiger's coming, you ain't getting in there.
Sure.
But it's a pretty cool atmosphere to see it. And now Rory's teeing off on 18.
Yeah, you're not kidding about that. That is narrow.
Yeah, watch the one from behind. Wait till you see it. Yeah, you see it right here? Look at that.
Smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better be hitting that straight for about 100 yards, and I don't do that.
Hit it straight for 100 yards across 2 drives, 3 drives, 4 drives.
And he...
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of a fade to it to play with the
you
course.
Play it up there, and
That's
then you hit uphill again, and see when he hits, there's no rollout. You're hitting... Austin, I can't tell you how much undulation the TV does it no justice, and it doesn't do the greens. The greens are big, and there's undulation in the greens, but the walk in that course is serious. You better be in shape, or you just better be okay with plotting yourself down.
Yeah.
Now you can get around and see like 4 holes and kind of go, round robin. Now the practice round is a little bit easier because it's, the players are a little bit more. They'll do trick shots and stuff like that. And they'll, talk a little bit. And Johnson Wagner, who was my neighbor in Charlotte, made it. He won the Shell Houston Open.
Nice.
So it's cool to see him. Funny story is Johnson got on hole number 1 and blew his drive way right. Ended up making a par, I think, but he was nervous.
You're walking on at Augusta for the first time in your life. Yeah. I would be nervous too.
Yeah. But good for, he's doing a great job commentating now.
Oh, yeah.
The Tom Selleck mustache. He's going to have that the rest of his life, whether he likes it or not.
It's his brand now.
Yeah, that's it. And he was a good player. He played at Virginia Tech.
Okay.
I think his grandfather or somebody was one of the founding members of the PGA.
Ooh.
So, yeah. And Johnson has a hockey background. He's from, upstate New York. Yeah. Yep.
Does he have a hockey grip when he swings a golf club?
Oh, he would get down on it a little bit. I used to call him Jay Boogie because he looked like he was dancing when he was hitting it. Yeah, he was good.
Little waggle to it.
Yeah, he's doing. Yeah, he had a little swag to him a little bit.
Okay.
Anyways, Husker Stu says he loves the stories. I'm glad you could smack the what out of Eddie George, because you are correct. Frazier should have won that Heisman hands down. Now that was not part of my plan before the game. It just came out.
Like you said, war mode was engaged.
Yeah. You know, here's the thing. I wasn't a trash talker. Like, I get excited if my teammate or I made a play. I wasn't I'd talk a lot of junk in practice just to, kind of keep it competitive.
Mm.
But in the games, I never really engaged until I felt like somebody got me there.
Gotcha.
Or it was somebody I had a history with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Marcus Pollard. Marcus
Yeah.
Pollard.
Yeah.
I respect him now, though. But I hated him anyone I played. There's a guy named, I think is it Kendall Fournette. He was a guard from.
Don't Google me.
He was from Atlanta. I think he played at Atlanta when we played him. It was Atlanta or the Chargers. He went from the Chargers to Atlanta, but I think when we played him, he was in Atlanta. We were playing him in Houston one time. It was funny. So, you kind of chase after a play, a lineman's coming after you, and then, like, it's one of those things I was big on. I'm not going to let you get the last shove, the last touch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need you touching me after the play's over.
Yeah.
And he was one of those dudes. I don't know if they thought or it was in their game plan you could, like, annoy him. So, either I pushed him first or he pushed me first. But then I was like, I'm not getting the last one. So he had his hand on me. I knock it down. Then he put his hand up, knock it down.
Oh, just like you're at the free throw in the free throw lane. Yeah.
All that. And
Jockey.
then we're walking past. I'd give him a little shove and then he'd be back, right? So then another play comes. We're doing it again, right? And then so it gets a little bit more, like, intense. The referee comes in. He's like, all right, you guys need to knock it off. So as soon as the referee looks away, I push him and stuff. So after the game, Aaron Glenn comes over. We're walking to the family, section where he's like, man, he's like, I was laughing at you, though. He's like, man, you crazy. He's like, you wouldn't give it up. I was like, no, I ain't giving it up. Letting them get you. Those are the type of mind games you play.
Mm-hmm.
That type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I saw one of these pop up in a Spurs game the other day. Someone on a Spurs writer I follow commented on this. Stephon Castle was getting into it with someone in a game because Dan Hurley's rule for his players at UConn is always be the last one holding the ball.
Yeah.
In a scrum.
Right.
No matter what, you're the last one holding on to the ball.
Yeah. I mean, there's little things that you do is like, you act like you're going to help a guy up. You shove him back down. If you find you got some tip on somebody, you definitely remind them of it.
Mm.
There's all types of stuff you do. I mean, it's like, I don't know if you remember back in the day, Shannon Sharp, I think he had Wayne Simmons or somebody. They were like a full-fledged fight over like some girl, and Shannon Sharp found out about whoever he was dating, and he was down in there giving him the business. Guys will say anything and everything, and will cross the line.
You've heard some things you're saying.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I've crossed the line too or whatever, but yeah, I've heard some stuff.
At least you called your grandma to apologize afterwards.
Yeah. But yeah, the guys it's mental warfare when you're out there. I mean, if I can get you to not catch a pass or something. Part of Peyton Manning's mental warfare is that you go into the game and you think I can't disguise anything because he already knows. It's actually not true, but the aura around him is that he knows your playbook better than you.
And
he does. But he does know. He's seen every coverage.
Mm-hmm.
But you've seen the teams that do really well against him. They hold their coverages to the very end.
Mm.
And that's just to give yourself a chance. And then you got to make plays. You got Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne and all these guys. So and Edgerrin James and all that. So I mean, it's it is mental warfare. There's guys that you used to be able to get in their head, especially like early in their career. We played Steve Smith one time, and it was the toilet bowl. We were horrible. They were horrible. Buffalo was horrible, and so was Carolina. And I wanted to play good because Sam Mills was the linebacker coach, and I wanted Carolina to draft me. They didn't, but, I wanted to obviously play good, and he talked to me after the game. But I remember Fred Graves was the wide receiver coach at Buffalo, and he came up to me and my man Ray Onhill, Keon Carpenter, and they were like, Steve Smith is a little bit of a hothead right now. He's like, he has a thing where if he's on the ground and you're on top of him, like you'll get a penalty against him because he push him back down. And we got one and we ended up winning the game on him. We got a 15-yard penalty. He was up there like punching somebody. So
Hey,
things
whatever
like
it
that
takes.
happen. No, he obviously turned into obviously a really good player, a Hall of Fame player, probably eventually. So everybody has growing pains, but there's guys you could get in their head and stuff like that.
What it sounds to me like you're saying is that as important as it is to have those trash talk arrows available to be fired, probably more important to have the mental shield and not let other people's arrows get to you.
Yeah.
When you hear them
yeah, because you can't. Well, and that's just going into a game. I always talk about the worst game that I ever played wasn't based. It probably, well, actually, you know what? To be honest with you, and be completely honest, it's probably the worst game I ever played. Was when I played Buffalo my first year in Houston because I was selfish. It was all about what I was going to do. So I went and I played all right. I had a decent game or whatever. But I think, here's what's crazy. It's like a basketball game and you play, a revenge game or whatever. Start out the game great, right? I'm talking mad junk. So, and we're winning. So me and Peerless, we're friends getting into it, but we're hyper competitive. Peerless will sell some Wolf tickets too. So we got into it or whatever, and I was, and he dropped the pass. I get in his grill. I get flagged for it. Well, he said something, and then that's right. He dropped the pass. I ran all the way over. It's so stupid. This is the dumbest play I ever could have done. And that's not even including when I kicked Marcus Pollard in the face and punched him and then poked his eyes out. Those are fine. I'm okay with that. But I ran literally, it was cringeworthy on watch it. I literally ran from the opposite hash to the sideline and started talking. It's just dumb. 15-yard penalty.
Instead of listening for a play call.
On third down.
Oh.
Right? 60,000 people booing. Boo, Jay. Get him out of here. All right. So then all right. Then Gary Walker's like, you better make a play. You better make a play. I was like, all right, cool. I say less. Here I come. Blow the fullback up. About to tackle Travis Henry for a loss. Travis Henry was probably 5'8". I'm 6'2", 6'3". So he kind of dipped his head, and then and this was back like when they had horse collar, so I tackled him by his name.
Yeah.
Another 15. So 2 plays, 30 yards off, and we had been shutting these dudes down, right? Idiot play. Dumb. Okay, first, second down. I don't know. I think they took me out of the game or something like that. Or
How dare they?
Maybe they did a dimer and they had me out. One of our safeties, rest in peace, Matt Stevens, busted cover 4. The easiest coverage. He bit up on play. Eric Moe's touchdown. Oh, my God. Those were the longest 3 minutes of my life. Then after that, I was in the tank. I played horrible after that. Lined up wrong. Just guessing. I was just pressing. I tried to get interceptions and all that stuff. They lit me up after that. So it takes mental power to stay within yourself. But then I think after that, it took my art of junk talking to the next level. Then I was like, because the very next week we played Cleveland, and your boy Tim Couch tried to draw a penalty on me. I said, I told him, you ain't good enough to get a penalty. I said, you play for Cleveland.
You were Draymond to his Paul Pierce. They don't love you like that.
I said, you ain't that good. I said, because I hit him legally. He threw it and I hit him. So we're going.
Would it have been a penalty in today's game?
No, because I hit him like in the chest. I hit him here. But maybe.
Within one step?
Probably not. Back then, let me tell you something. Back then, you had almost seemed like unlimited steps. Because I hit him. It was like 1, 2 in the third hit I hit him.
Okay.
I mean, I thought I killed Byron Leftwich. I was like, I hit him so hard. I hit him now I would have got fined. I probably would have missed the game. I hit him underneath his chin with the crown of my helmet, fork lifted him up and dump trucked him in the ground. And then you get up and I was hyped, right? Running, when you kind of running, you look back, he was laid out like a dead body. And I was like, yeah. And then he got up like the Undertaker. I said,
what I got to do?
What a brother got to do. He got up and then we ended up winning. But I was like, man, that's a tough dude. But against Tim Couch, so I hit him and we're going back to the huddle. And he tried to get up in my face. I said, hey, look, man. I said, you ain't good enough to get no penalty. I said, you play for Cleveland. He's talking to me. I said, ref ain't gonna say nothing to you. I said, you're Tim Couch. He's like, oh, it's like that? I said, yeah, it's like that. Then after that, Austin, off to the races.
Go Tag.
Oh, I was strategic like a mug, man. I was strategic like a mug. Anyways, we'll take a quick break. Story time's over. We'll give a Masters update.
And grilling update.
Yeah, grilling update. I think we're going ribs this weekend. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And wow, what a great spring it has been here. We've had record sales happening at Koppel. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is giving out employee pricing on select new models. Yes, you heard that right. Employee pricing is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. So please stop on in the store and see the team or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Some rebates to dealer.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, so you can give everything you've got, all for just 1 cent down. Whether you want to get the most out of our best-in-class equipment or go all in with free fitness training, our trainers are ready to help you get stronger than ever before. Take your workout to the next level at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank or neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations, you're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Be sure to check out the all-new Fizzy Cuts. Fizzy Cuts helps to build and protect lean muscle while reducing body fat. Fizzy Cuts is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Fizzy Cuts can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For more info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman. Quick segment here before we get to the weekend. It is official. Rory McIlroy is cooking. He went 5 under yesterday. 7 under today in harder conditions. Birdied the last 2 holes. Pitched it in on 17. Ball striked himself to look about 5 or 6 feet on 18. Made it. The crowd favorite, the sentimental favorite to go back-to-back. The first time somebody would be able to be back-to-back Masters champion since Eldrick Tiger Woods. He's on the cusp. We got 36 more holes. A lot can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Rory has been a part of that. Number
Really?
10.
Rory, has he ever?
On number 10. But he looks like he's in a good place mentally, and he is cooking.
Well, you saw that shot of him just walking through the gallery there off the course there after 18. He looks pretty proud of himself, not in an unsatisfied way, because we saw him hole out on 17.
Yeah.
With that shot, and that was a nice little Friday fist bump. Like, I'm that dude. I did that. But it was the fist pump and the club raise of a guy that knows there's still 36 holes to go.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, and he's been in this place before, and everybody knows how hard the tournament is, and he's playing really well. And I will tell you this. I mean, Scotty Scheffler is obviously number 1. He's struggling a little bit, but everybody knows it's known on the PGA Tour. If Rory is playing the top of his game, there's nobody that can beat him. Maybe Scotty Scheffler, but it'd be very hard because of his power off the tee, his accuracy with his driver, and his ability to obviously stick his irons close and obviously make some putts. His putting has gotten better. Got a putting coach. So it seems like he's in a good place mentally. So
how cool would it be if Rory goes from the guy that couldn't win the Masters to the guy that can't lose the Masters?
Yeah, well, he's still young enough. He's going to be a factor in it for the rest of his playing career.
Yeah.
So he's cooking right now. But speaking of cooking, I think the ribs are going on.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah,
all right.
We'll probably do ribs on a Sunday in the Masters.
All right.
Early.
There we
Watch
go.
a little golf. Partake.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. A little cornbread. It will probably be a little, do a little something.
A little honey with cornbread?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Figured.
That's a must. That's a must.
I agree.
Yeah. I got to see what else I'm going to put on the menu. Might make some burn ends too if I feel like getting jiggy with it. Yeah. Been dying.
Beans, greens, mac and cheese. What were we doing?
I don't know.
Report on Monday.
Mac and cheese for sure. We'll see. I'm going to look.
None of that blue cheese, though.
Nope. No blue cheese. No blue cheese. Nope. That has been nullified from my repertoire, even though my dad still knows how to do it. But wish everybody a happy weekend. Hopefully the weather stays good. Watch the Masters. Enjoy yourself. From my man, Austin Orman, Jay Foreman, Old School. We'll holler at you next week.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And wow, what a great spring it has been here. We've had record sales happening at Koppel. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is giving out employee pricing on select new models. Yes, you heard that right. Employee pricing is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. So please